Welcome back to Chats with Jack. I am Jack Talcott. And greetings, blessings, salutations, and love once again. Welcome back to Chats with Jack. I am Jack Talcott, and you know what? I'm pretty sure, I think it's Saturday. Blessings to all of you. I'm feeling like all this love as the opening credit was rolling, as the music was playing, and we're getting started to do this again, and I was feeling the love. I hope that comes through today. I really do, because the idea of the topic today, recognizing an absence of love, I hope we can avoid that today with our time together, that we can share love with our time together. So for those of you who are here in the here and now, sincerely, God bless you and thank you so much for sharing your time, right? Sharing a part of your day. And for those who tune in later as well, sincerely, thank you for bringing me into your day. I appreciate it. Today's Tal quote: "Without trust, there is no love." And that I know to be true. I didn't realize how clear and obvious love is and is not. And that's kind of the inspiration of the topic today, is the signs of the absence of love. But what I've been doing for myself is I've simplified my life, right? Really break things down moment by moment and consistently pay attention. Where is love? Where is love in the moment? Is it present here with you, or is it absent from your experience? If you pay attention to your relationship with love, you'll spend more time in love's presence. I'm pretty confident of that. Because once you realize what you're doing, that'll become what you do. That's what I found for myself. So if that makes sense, here's the point, right? Many people, and I used to do this a lot, I'd focus on my distrust. I'd focus on my anger, on my resentment. I'd keep reliving these stupid scenarios and hypothetical thoughts that made me feel like crap, right? But so many folk do like I used to, focus on the distrust, the anger, and the resentment that you feel. And those are just symptoms. Those aren't the problem. Those are symptoms. Symptoms of love's absence. So praise God, for I know God as truth. The Bible says God is love, but I can accept that. And that actually gets me totally into some of the prepared stuff I've got. Taking information, right? Concepts, things, people, ideas, taking those conceptually in the process of thought from just merely learning about and becoming aware of into acceptance, belief, and knowing. Because the goal is to know love, truly. And so these ideas today, it's the pathway to experiencing deeper truth. Deeper truth, there's infinite truth, right? Infinite information that's true and real and perhaps even relevant. But if it's not in you, if you don't have a relationship with the truth and the truth that's within you, your mind gets confused. These are things that I've been finding. Yes, and as you guys stroll in, blessings and greetings to you all. Thank you. I do appreciate it. I wish that graphic was real. The Joe Rogan image was I think AI generated, but it looks pretty good. And I'd love to have conversations with Joe. I think he would love some of the things I'm saying. I don't know if that's you or not. That's fascinating. What is BS? I want tea. Um, I mean, holy cows, dude. Here, for anyone who wants, feel free. Click the link. You're welcome to join. So here, back to these ideas. Because what was my, where did I start? Oh, initially I was considering the process and the path to the way knowledge is grown within, right? As we go through life, we discover information. If we deny that information, we don't really know it. We might remember it, but we don't know it. So the key to knowing is to accept what life has shown you. Brothers and sisters, life can be cold. Life can be unfair. Life can be brutal. All those things are true. Don't deny yourself from knowing and experiencing what you have seen and experienced. Because if you lie to yourself, you drive yourself insane. And I'm speaking from experience. I was insane when I was trying to be a father. I had lost sight of what was really, truly important to me, and I played along with the stupid American dream. There's a lot of goodness in the dream, but there's also a lot that's not. So, hey, we got our first guest. I'm going to pause and welcome some brotherly love. Welcome.
Hi, I'm Sasquatch.
Welcome, Caucasian Sasquatch. How you doing, brother?
Pretty good. Got me some barbecue. I'm happy about it.
Fabulous. I was just, were you coming in with an idea or intention?
I was just listening to you. Hadn't been up in a while and figured I'd join you. I'll hang out and listen for a while.
I appreciate that. I've been, my goal has been to share more value, right, with the live streams, trying to be more clear in what I'm doing. And so I've been playing around with AI. And dude, the technology's not that bad. I mean, it's pretty helpful.
But it's terrifying.
Oh, no.
No,
Well,
how can you say it's not terrifying? You are speaking to an inhuman entity, and every single legend, myth, and biblical story speaks specifically about not doing that. You don't see it? They're all cautionary tales about dealing with non-human intellects, and in almost every case, it comes out bad for the man.
Yes. The lesson is we individually and collectively, we need to figure out what to trust. Because whether it's AI, whether it's a human being, it's just another source of information. It's a data point. I see the future quite differently than most. I want to pause and welcome JG if you were jumping in with ideas or thoughts.
Yeah, I'll jump in.
All right. Well, regardless, I've been kind of getting out of my comfort zone, trying new things, such
Right?
as playing around with the AI. And today, the idea, what I was trying to get across is some of the processes, the actual steps that I found regarding how knowledge grows. Starts with acceptance, into the belief and into the knowing. And acceptance, it opens the door. Having an open mind will allow the first step. So acceptance is consciously choosing to open ourselves to possibilities, even without immediate proof. And I tell you what, when it comes down to God and faith, maybe the proof's not immediately there, but if you don't accept it, you'll never receive it and you'll never know it. That was my case.
I don't know, bro. I've kind of always viewed that big F faith versus little f faith question as something that either happens or doesn't happen. Someone has either witnessed that which they cannot explain or hasn't. And if they haven't, and you have, you cannot convey that experience to them in any truly meaningful way. They can even repeat it verbatim as if it's their own story, and it will not come across as the ring of truth that it has when an individual who has experienced it does.
That could be true. What you said, though, too, is that this is what I had to finally accept for myself. I wanted faith. I wanted faith in someone or something for most of my life. And I didn't have any faith. I didn't have faith or trust in anyone or anything because everything and everyone let me down, right? So I was my own problem. But once I started figuring this out, what I discovered is divine faith. Divine faith is ours. It's here. We just got to accept it, maybe practice it. You got to accept it, recognize it. And that's part of the process too, is, we'll deny things based on first impressions, based on thoughts, based on anything, but it might actually be something that's good for us. And so if we accept it, then we can get a different perspective on it. We can get more details and better understand the thing. That's what it took for me for faith. First, I had to see that I did have faith in different things. And so then I started trying to have faith in the right things. And, I think I'm doing all right.
But isn't the distinction between right and wrong something we individually yet arbitrarily determine?
Yes, and. There's the objective part too. And even in the objective part, that's where it gets, maybe I'm not understanding or maybe I'm overcomplicating this, but we live in this crazy realm where it might all be mind. It might all be like a realistic hallucination that we're all just tripping out on each other with. And that would mean we tell each other to worry about a lot of unimportant things. That's what I was doing with myself. I had faith in my problems, and I didn't see the faith I held. I thought I lacked faith because I was always upset and worried, and I didn't trust, I felt like I had to control everything, but through the 12 steps, maybe that's where I found my humility. I found my humility through my disease of alcoholism. That was one of the ways.
It is a growing experience. That is absolutely true. If you kick any substance, you come out of that experience stronger than you went in.
I have a theory that's why it happens, right? That's why the pain happens and why the suffering is there, because there's a new level of wisdom and a new level of strength and a new level of compassion that emerges from those that make it through those things.
Yeah, I broke my back, shattered my pelvis, and I'd be a little bit upset with a God that tripped me while I was walking down a freaking I-beam. I mean, I'm just saying, you're trying to give a cause and effect analogy here, and there was no reason for me to slip, but I did. It happened. It was through nobody's fault, but perhaps my own, and I didn't even notice it till it was too late. So I don't know. Does that account for 4 years of hospitals, 9 years of freaking addiction, and finally giving up on the concept of self-control? Because apparently that control is not within myself, which is why I believe I became an addict. And so I did it a different way. I had to kind of give up that control to something else. And in my case, it was largely nothing. I learned to do nothing.
That's a challenge.
Yes, sir. Because you're always trying to do something. And sometimes something is the worst thing that you can do. Nothing might be the best possible option.
That's a humbling lesson to learn, but I found that in my own life as well. I see so much for our future. I believe there's a reason for everything. And in the past, the world didn't understand things the way that many people understand today. In other words, my pictures and what I've learned of in the earlier times, whether it was the medieval times or the Old West, people were more prone to violence, to violent solutions, and to violence to end the disagreements. But over time, we've learned violence isn't always the best way. And yet, we still have very profitable prison systems, and we still have a very profitable military industrial complex. So, yeah.
You do know what happens to people who go after the military industrial complex money, right?
In the past, and actually today too, there's others living other lives. This is why I'm kind of bold in where I'm at. There's others who are in the thick of it that I've been blessed to learn from people who have learned, right? We're living at a time of communication and technology. The thing is, we also live in a society where people have forgotten how to listen. They spend their times arguing with each other. But my faith, and I encourage, right? The topic, recognizing an absence of love. I truly know there's a connection, and it makes sense through logic and reasoning as well. There's a connection between God and love. My personal testimony has many explanations for it. So consider the idea that love is a property, it's a power, it's not even an energy. It's a state. And we can align with the state of love and the being of love at any moment, if God allows and we give ourselves permission, because love is eternal. So back to the idea, Accepting love. That's the part that can be hard. Accepting that love is behind what you've learned, that love is in your future despite what you've learned. Does that make sense?
It's a long way to go to say thou art love.
Thank you. I do some, I've, oh, it's a tendency I have noticed, I've observed in myself. I overcomplicate things
Well,
when
now, hold on. There's room for it. This is your channel and you're doing your thing, and not for us to interrupt you. I've read a lot, and basically what you're saying is you are love, I am love. Why not be love together? But most people can't do that because of their ego. And so we're stuck doing the things we do.
You know what? Thank you. You're helping translate for me. That's exactly what I need, man.
Jack, would you say you want to be loved by a lot of people?
I don't know that the number matters, but in my heart, I do hope for that. I've admitted that to myself that yeah, should I somehow become world known and loved by many, I'd be all right with that.
Wouldn't it be better to be loved by quality people?
Yes. Yes, that's the number one thing, is just to have love, period. Hey, we've got another guest, and yesterday Cage and I had disagreements. I don't feel they were resolved, but hopefully we're at a better state of communication.
Hey,
Welcome
sisters
back,
and brothers. How you doing? Welcome back. Welcome. Yeah.
Are we good today?
Oh, yeah, we're better than good. Oh, look, gone. See that? Real quick. Yeah, buddy.
It happens. Here, unless you have an objection, I want to jump through these slides since I at least made the effort to get them going, right? So, in this idea, having an open mind, recognizing the probability, the possibility that, hey, maybe I am love. Maybe at my essence, that is what I am. Maybe at their essence, that is what they are.
I hear you, Jack, but like we're talking about the door, right? Look, you know how I knock on the door? It's a special knock. I knock on my own door like this. Everybody
Do you
answers after.
answer?
Everybody answers.
Do you answer?
Yeah, my door's unlocked. Yeah.
Then why not?
Because you got to let them know.
Do you live with others?
And I live alone.
Okay, so you knock on your own door when you enter, when you know the door is unlocked, to let them know.
Yeah, I knock so I can
Just
hear
checking.
myself. Yeah.
I think we're tracking. Thank you. Hey, not to totally divert, but that which is, I saw the.
You can knock like this too, like this, like. And then what?
I don't know. Can I finish what I was saying?
Yeah, my bad. I'm gonna mute. Sorry, Jack.
All right. I saw some of this stuff with Flo and OTW, and you know what? I feel bad. I like them both. I think they're both pretty good guys, and I think they both like each other too, you know, or have respect for each other. I'm an excellent mediator when given the opportunity. I know that I am. I've had a lot of successes in the past. So rather than see those guys, although they're, you know, if they've got the mindset of content, you know, that's not my place. I'll step back and I'll promote the face off, but I think they'd be best if they'd talk it out. think you dropped, brother. Acceptance. That's where we were. Opening the door. Acceptance.
R.I.P. Cage.
What was that?
What was that like sock account here? Summoned you and you're saying R.I.P. Cage GG?
Are you talking? If you're talking to me, I don't understand what you're saying.
I'm saying JG came on with a sock account. We triangulated your bullshit. And yeah, he said R.I.P. Cage. Rest in peace, Cage. Here, I want to put some in the chat for you, dummy.
That offended you? You must be weak.
Well, it's not offensive. It's funny to me. I want to play that game, yeah?
Welcome back, Casey. Good to see you again. Okay.
Hello. Happy Saturday.
You as well. You as well. Yeah, it was Austin. Thank you. It was the timing. Yeah, Cage. That's where my confusion came from. I did not understand the timing again, but okay.
Can I ask a question? I know you're trying to get through your slide deck.
Yeah.
As I was in the backstage, JG had asked a question. He said, is it important to be loved by many? And that's an interesting question, right? Is it more important to love
I
many?
didn't say important. I asked him if he wanted to be loved by many people.
Yeah, that, and so I don't know if you remember the Wizard of Oz, but at the very end, Oz, asked the cowardly lion. He said, "It's not how much you love, but how much you are loved by others." So, interested on your take here.
From the Wizard of Oz, you just quoted the Wizard of Oz.
I did.
Very profound.
Love is a mysterious thing. In my own personal testimony, when I had a career and, part of a family, I had love around me and I felt alone. And I felt no joy. I hated life. It was all I could do to continue on. And then I found love. I found a love for me. I found a love for life and everyone else who it was love. It was the love I'd felt from my friends and my family that convinced me to take some risks, to fly to DC, to try and get a promotion, to try and actually make a difference. It was the belief I had love with me that gave me the strength to do that. And then it disappeared. And so then I was back to being fractured, alone. And I'm like, I'm not going to break again. Not again. I've been through that shit. So this does tie back to the question. Love is most important by how much we love. Okay, we can love everyone if we allow it, and we can distrust everyone if we allow ourselves to distrust. It's up to us. So I've chosen to believe that the words from Jesus are real, that God's desire for us is to love one another. It actually makes sense. It follows logic that we're built to unite and to care for one another, to lead one another to the answers, not to force answers into each other, conditioning and memorizing. But back to the question, right? I found so much love in me. I'm okay with the fact that the others don't need me. And so I have love for any who are willing to receive it. But when others aren't willing to receive love, that's tough too. And that's the world we live in. People don't allow themselves to be loved. They don't allow themselves to share love because they've been hurt before. They're confused.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't want love from certain people. You get what I'm saying? That's out of my own wisdom and consciousness, my own life experience. I don't want certain people to love me, contact me, and say they're friends with me.
Why?
Why? That's discipline, Jay. You got to
All
discipline
right.
people from
I
yourself.
think you're misunderstanding your choice versus their choice. You don't get to choose who loves you. They choose that.
Yeah. Thank you. Yes.
Right. It's unfortunate that shitty people love each other, like love us. You know, shitty people love Talcott. Shitty people love me. It's unfortunate.
JG, who's determining shittiness? At what level of shittiness are they unworthy for you?
Shitty is shitty, Jack.
Dude.
Is it that they're shitty people, or is it their love language and how they present it to you that, because people label
That
shitty
they're
people?
shitty people.
That was a great question, Casey. Thank you. Hopefully that was just connection for Cage. That was a great question. Based on behavior, that would justify what JG is saying. If you've got someone who loves you and they're just totally toxic, they come around and they're just draining your energy with negativity and they're constantly taking from you. It's wise, right, to create a boundary.
All right, so yeah, I'm gonna have a boundary. Can I lovingly give you a facelift, rearrange your whole entire identity, or is that like too much?
I'm not
I'm
sure.
gonna do it in a loving kind way, right? We'll cut your nose off in a loving kind way.
Dude, you sound like my old buddy Chemo.
Perfect. Now you got chemo. You better get some therapy too while you're at it.
Well, I offered chemotherapy as well. And that's probably why he was pinning me to the ground, threatening to bite.
Yeah, we'll do it. You'll do it to yourself either way. All of a sudden now, maybe you have like an appendix issue or something. Oh, all of a sudden you have cancer. Good luck.
Is this guy okay?
Oh yeah, I'm more than okay. Are you okay? What if I cut your nose off and feed it to you? Is that okay?
This is fixing to get
Whose nose are you
interesting.
gonna cut off?
It's
Yours. And feed it to you. I told you already.
It is.
You want me to say it again? You want me to say it in a different language?
Cage, why are you saying the things that you're saying? What
because
are you
I can.
hoping?
Because I'm standing on it.
Okay.
I guarantee it will happen if I wanted to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can do a lot of things. And so what are you hoping to achieve by saying
Hoping to achieve some sort of respect before you fuck around and find out for real. Yeah?
Oh, so you think bullying and intimidation, threats, arguments, that's how you...
No, we bully the bullies, actually. You know how that works? We actually bully the bullies and make a point out of them. Yeah.
At which point do you become the bully and the other...
Never. I'm here for good people. Yeah.
But what if you're wrong?
Okay, what if you're wrong? What if you're wrong? Okay,
determines
so what
who
if
the
you're
person
wrong,
is?
Jack, with everything you did? You send an email saying you're gonna refund everybody, but I'm gonna find a way, and then you put it right into your bank.
Cage.
You lied. Is that God-like and loving?
Cage, I'd love to help you correct your narrative. I think you misunderstand the timeline and what actually happened.
I think you misunderstand that.
I had already received a deposit. So whoever that donor is, I am still happy to refund. Okay? Cage, once again, you're creating the experience for me where you're more trouble than what you're worth. Please, chill out.
Cage. Maybe that's a hint. Cage. Maybe that's a hint.
We'll figure out the details of look, Cage, you're painting the case as though now I'm gone in the winds and there's no way to get the refund. I I had already received it, so it was already gone from the GoFundMe. What it sounds like is you went to that program thinking
It's not
you
about the
were
money, Jack. I can add a bunch of zeros on that. It's not about the fucking money.
Cage. Right. It's about you're disrespecting me and the truth. That's what it's about. And I don't appreciate it, buddy.
Cage, are you a sociopath or do you identify as a psychopath?
I identify as like you see how you put your face to the camera and like the lines in your forehead. I identify as that.
You are an agitator. That's the role you're playing for some reason.
Weren't expecting that, were you?
I was. Met
I
you
identify as
before.
Jack's beard.
You're revealing your delusions, dude.
Well, I'm just fucking with you.
That's what the story you're telling yourself, but it doesn't change what I'm saying.
Hopefully you can sleep at nighttime and not wake up.
Cage, I encourage you, go back and look.
Yeah,
Go
I'm gonna go
read
back and look, and I'll see it every single fucking time. Yep.
Well, I encourage you, look to see where you might be wrong. Please.
Okay, why don't you take your own advice then?
I have. That's why I'm
Okay,
on.
and what did you realize? Where are the places you've been wrong then?
Oh, there's a whole bunch.
Okay, can
What
you
is?
name me a 1, 2?
I
Cage, are
yelled.
you a trans man?
I don't even know what you said, but can you name me a few of them?
Are you a trans man, Cage?
No. I'm an actual man. You're a child. Yeah.
No, that's you, player.
No. You can't play the game if you don't. I've created the game, buddy.
Bro,
Yeah.
you fucked up too many times, man. You're a flunky.
Is that why you're in the library running away, charging up your fucking devices?
That's your angle.
Yeah.
JG, I'm
See it, buddy.
sorry to
You
interrupt,
removed
but
yourself again. Yeah.
no,
See
that
ya.
was me. Cage, that was me. I removed him because he was interrupting and distracting from any forward progress I was making there. I'm trying to get you to understand, Cage, what you're doing, man.
Okay, that's fine. I'll mute then, okay?
Do you want to continue the conversation and your interrogation? Do you
Yes,
even
I would.
remember?
I'd love to continue the conversation and the interrogation. I'll mute and I'll listen.
Well, yeah, I finally
expose
recognized.
yourself. Yeah.
I recognized an obvious wrong choice I made, trusting to go along with you. That GoFundMe was even remotely a good idea. That was stupid of me to trust you. You've proven that. So now, Cage, do you have anything you're willing to admit where you were perhaps? See, patterns of denial, egoic and juvenile behaviors. They deflect, they argue, they just present patterns of disagreeableness. And Cage is a better man than that. I'm sure that's why God has brought him into my path, for me to help him remember he's a better man than what he's been showing. Any thoughts? I'm going to turn it back to the slideshow.
Yes, take the slideshow on.
Back to the beginning, right? Accepting, opening the door that love is here. Peace is present. Acceptance is consciously choosing to open ourselves to possibilities of any idea, even without immediate proof. And from the scripture, ask and it will be given to you. Seek and you will find. Knock and the door will be opened.
I guess my only challenge to that is, are doors meant to be opened or closed? Because I think some of them we need to close.
I love that. Yes, that's part of our.
And bolt it. You know.
What's that?
and lock and bolt them, you know.
Well, part of our development is knowing how to recognize, is this door for me? Is this battle for me? Right? Trying to find what is right. And it's my father, who has a long history with the program of AA. He's a man of tons of gems. One of the prayers he shared with me is, Father, as I walk through the corridor, the halls of life, I seek that you close these doors that don't belong to me and guide me to the ones that are for me. But yeah, Casey, I think you're right. There's some doors are maybe meant to stay closed or remain closed. Oops. Hey, Keith. Welcome,
Hey,
bro.
knock, knock, knock. Isaiah 22:22. And the Lord shall lay upon his shoulder the key of the house of David, and he shall open and no one shall shut, and he shall shut and no one shall open. You open your own doors of opportunity by recognizing the doors and seeing them. And once you go through them, it is again up to you to go back through the other way if you find you have entered an error. It is no one else's responsibility. This is what I just mentioned in the chat. I have authority over all of my persons, and it is only when I give up that authority through emotions and confusion or stupidity that I lose that authority. I can only blame myself. So when it comes to all this, go ahead.
This also goes to gatekeeping one's social sphere, and this matters in YouTube as well as your personal life. You can't trust everyone. You have to trust them themselves.
Yeah,
right?
OTW is over there talking about it right now. Same deal. Is the social platform a form of manipulation? Well, if it's manipulating you, it's only because you entered the door of these social platforms. You can end that manipulation by leaving that social platform.
So you're saying you're allowing to be manipulated by?
Absolutely. In the ultimate sense of real life and natural law, every being has authority over themselves, regardless of the posed authority or actual authority, whether it be by physical shape or size or talents or anything else. Everybody still has the ultimate authority over themselves to make their own choices. This is free will. If I want to make a choice to enter into a battle with a guy that's twice my size, that's my free will choice. It may be a bad choice, but it's still my choice. If I don't want to,
you're not going to win either way.
If I don't want to do that, then I need to make that choice, because as Cage just said, I probably won't win. So I should not make that choice to do so.
What about the woman who marries a drunken man and
she knew he was a drunk?
She gets beaten
she
by him.
She accepted that. You have to look at the terms and service, cross your eye.
How about let her
dot
finish?
your I's and cross your T's. You know what I mean?
How about let her finish what she was saying, please?
No, I'm adding to it.
Well, it was an interruption. Let her finish is what he's saying.
All right. Okay. Sorry. Casey, sorry for interrupting. Continue.
Yeah, the woman who marries a man and he becomes a drunk, and he beats her, and at the end of the day, she says, you know what, he loves me, I'll stick with him. I mean, I guess you're right, Keith Little, it's her choice. Cage, stop knocking. It's her choice whether or not, she stays or goes, but, at what point does the woman say, oh, he loves me, but this is not healthy?
Well, and that's again where you have to determine yourself in the natural law. Is it good for the woman? If they've got children, for crying out loud, is it good for the children? I came from such a background. And despite my wanting to get that back as a child, I understand now as an adult, that was an abhorrent situation to put your own children through, whether it's a mother or father. So inherently, if the father is destroying the house The mother has to step up. He's the weak one. She has to be the strong one. By subjecting herself to the same weakness and putting up with it, that's a weakness as well.
Wizard, you posted my full name. Are you trying to trigger me, Wizard?
I didn't post your full name.
No, that was me, JG.
So,
yeah, that was me. Don't blame him. It's me.
Someone stealing from you or slandering you. We do have things that affect us, right? There's no denying that people influence people. And this is something I had to learn personally.
I'm very
right?
upfront. Yeah, I'm not going to lie to you.
People stole from me. Many people have slandered me. And what matters is what we each do. And Keith, I didn't catch all the details, but in that scenario where in a relationship where one starts getting sick, and you can say that alcoholism, drug addiction, those are sicknesses, but truly they're sicknesses of the mind, because anyone who will beat, physically abuse their partner, which is where the questions come, I think.
God, that's so annoying, Cage. Please stop.
All right, I'm done. Okay, my bad.
You're insufferable, Cage. That's why people don't respect
Perfect. I'm. Guess what? Get used to it.
Cage, that is, think about how selfish and rude that statement is.
Maybe it's not. Maybe it's actually helping you in some way. That you
how about you learn?
No, ask Wizard about it.
Cage, how about you, please? This is my specialty, dude. Why don't you learn from your path? Learn from the feedback of others. The whole here.
I'm learning. I'm all ears here, bud.
No, you're not. Not when your mouth is flapping and your mouth is constantly.
Your mouth flaps every day, all day. Okay. Yeah.
This is my stream. If you don't shut up, you can leave. Okay?
I can shut it down.
Because what I'm saying, right? Today, Cage, in this stream, there's feedback of life being offered to you. Maybe you don't like what they're saying. Maybe you don't like who's saying it. Maybe you don't even like how they're saying it. It doesn't matter. Okay? Each of us, we go through these periods, and it's all up to us. Learn how to accept. Learn how to reply instead of react. Learn how to accept, pause, consider, and then intelligently reply. It's kind of simple when you think about it. So logically too, and if you think back, this is how my experiences have been. Once we accept something as potentially true, our minds naturally search for evidence and explanations. I've observed that. Our minds will search for evidence to confirm and expand the truth that we've accepted as potentially true. Believing is seeing. The world has it backwards. Everyone wants to see before they believe, but truly, the aspect of mind, you must believe to see.
Isn't that from like the Bible, like doubting Thomas? Like he needed proof. He's like, I want to see it. I want to know.
You know, and here's where the paradox is. There's good and bad qualities, right? It's always good to have some doubt, right? Some distrust. You don't want to be fooled, and you don't want to allow yourself to be misled. But if you don't accept something, you'll never be able to understand it. That was the truth in my own life in many ways. I drove myself nuts because I couldn't accept what had happened. Even though I saw it, I couldn't believe it. And I drove myself nuts. What's
I'm
that?
sorry. I'm sorry. Is fear a bad thing?
In itself, no.
Because doesn't it like protect us? We can learn from it. Like it's like it
There,
says. I'm sorry.
I think the premise here is fear itself is not the bad thing, because you can be in fear of a bear when it's coming down a trail, and you obviously have instinct to say, hey, I should be going the other way.
Mm.
The premise here is you don't live with fear. In other words, you don't live thinking that tomorrow this might happen or this might happen. That's the whole premise of living in the now and only accepting fear for what it really should be.
So it's
Yeah.
okay to live with fear.
Well,
No, again, fear is an instantaneous thing upon the instance. I don't live in fear of running across a bear tomorrow. Although if I'm out hiking in the woods and I come across a bear, yeah, I'm going to have an instinctual fear that says, hey, duck, make sure you're upwind from them and head the other direction. If anything is wrong with that scenario, get the fuck out as quietly and as unseen as possible.
You know what's weird is that works with alcoholics too.
I don't let my fear override me and cause a greater scene that draws attention to me. That's what this drama panel does. It draws attention to people. They want to run out their fears and their stories and false accusations, ad hominem character attacks, all this stuff. That's the premise for this platform, the social platform. What about the equity platform where people want to speak with truth? That's what Jack's talking about. He doesn't give one fuck about your socialists. That's why he when people come at him as if though he's a socialist himself. No, not really. It's the concept which is written in the scriptures themselves. Read the Christian scriptures and tell me if that doesn't sound socialist.
Is absolutely a bit collectivist.
What is socialism?
Socialism, socialism is the extension of collectivism, where the community works together to collect things and then distributes it equitably, equally, as equity is a sort of equality, so that if you have one household, you don't share it per household, you share it per people in the household. This is the way the housing laws and food laws are written out in the U.S. codes and stuff. It's the same way. It's a national collectivism. That's what the gross domestic product is. And then you have the socialist society where everybody socializes together and fights up this chain of keeping up with the Joneses.
But isn't that, I don't know if you're in the US or Canada or where you're from, but like Social Security, is that considered socialism?
Absolutely. It's an odd form of socialism because it's abused in a usufruct, but anyway.
Kind of into the name there, right there, you know.
Real shit.
This
all
is a
you
problem I
fakes,
have with this
all
discussion,
you
though.
stool pigeons, you guys are all bitches. You're bitch ass motherfuckers. I'm going to prison.
Because
right?
socialism, as far as I know, is just public ownership over the means of production.
I'm going to kill people. How about?
And like to Americans, it seems like it means welfare. When the government spends money on things I don't like. And communism is when the government does things that I don't like.
I thought that was fascism. And communism was the government doesn't do anything at all.
And capitalism is freedom.
That's untrue.
That's how Americans define these terms. They don't have the slightest fucking idea what they're talking about.
Right. Thank you.
The free market? The term in itself is an oxymoron.
Yes. Thank you. We live in a world of illusions. The truth is there, but it's been manipulated, and people think that what's bad is good, and they think what's good is bad. It's a world of insanity. And it's time for people to accept it. Because if they don't accept their insanity, they'll never believe it. And if they don't believe they're insane, they'll never change. But we can accept that love is present, right? Because there's a part of our mind, too, that scientists have more recently found. I'm not prepared for that thought. There's a lot of science that support this claim. Once we accept something as potentially true, our minds naturally search for evidence to confirm and expand that truth. Believing is seeing. And then once we do find a belief, we've accepted something, we've allowed a little bit of belief, we start seeing evidence, it shapes our perception. When we believe, we start to see the evidence around us. Everything is possible for one who believes.
I'm sorry. May I step in right here? I've got a question, because I've heard all of this before, and I just realized this is essentially the definition of confirmation bias.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Just making sure we understand each other. Good deal.
Partially, yes, it can be. Thank you for pointing out. That's the caution here is it's really easy to lie to yourself too, and then you start seeing all the evidence. But this is where it's important to be honest, right? You gotta be honest, because there's consequences for lying, especially if you're gonna lie to yourself. Although part of success, you do have to kind of lie to yourself. You got to kind of fake it till you make it in many ways. Okay, I didn't mean to overcomplicate it, but yes, there's rules to this. But it's true. The belief does shape perception. And once I started allowing myself the possibility that despite what people were saying and despite the way things were looking for me, maybe God was still there. Maybe love is still there. And the more I started to think that maybe God was there for me, the more signs I started to see. Is it confirmation bias? I don't know. To me now, the evidence is pretty overwhelming. But it took me opening myself up to put the pieces together and find the answers. Because as we believe and we continue developing our experience and we continue perceiving through these beliefs, getting more and more information, continued belief brings direct experiences, transforming belief into undeniable knowing. We end up with sense certainty. You can't disprove the existence of what you already know is there, right? And this quote from the Upanishads: you are what your deepest desire is. As your desire is, so is your intention. As your intention is, so is your will. As your will is, so is your deed. As your deed is, so is your destiny. It's true. Our desires and our intentions, those two create in our directions. And to bring these ideas of acceptance into knowing, now bringing in acceptance of God, of truth. To truly experience God, truth, or a deeper reality, acceptance is essential, even before evidence or proof. But once I found myself accepting these ideas of God and truth, and the more evidence I see, it's always been there. It's not like anything brand new showed up. I mean, the things were new to me, but, and the quote from Hebrews: now faith is confidence in what we hope for and assurance about what we do not see. And that I have faith now. So let's see. Acceptance, belief, experience to knowing. Your journey to truth starts with an open mind and heart. And there's truth in that. The heart and mind must be open, otherwise we end up confused. Choose to accept possibilities. Believe boldly and step into your deeper knowing. Thank you, guys.
I think it's really important to make sure you're very careful of what you're listening to and who's potentially, giving you these quote unquote truths, right? If you're listening to one news channel, and I don't want to bring this to politics, but you listen to one news story and then, or even in marketing, right? It's like, they tell you need this, and then all of a sudden you need this, and I think you have to just be very careful of your social diet, if you will. It's what are you ingesting, and to be aware, I guess.
I love that. Mindful. What's that?
Gatekeeping.
Yes.
Comes down to gatekeeping that which you accept and that which you do not. And sometimes you don't accept things because they're abrasive, inappropriate, and culturally unacceptable in the circumstances. And sometimes you reject things that are just patently wrong.
Yes. This is where maturity and life, we develop the skills and then, where is my time and energy worth? Where's my best direction to invest it? This world we live in, I know there is something to having boundaries, and I don't want to waste time with people who don't have our best interests in mind, but oh no, what Casey was saying about the echo chambers. It's important, I think, to have an awareness of consumption, right? Be mindful of your consumption. And I love how you put it, your social diet. What are you eating? What are you listening to? What are you thinking about? What are you allowing into your experience?
Well, I'll tell you, I listen to 27 hours a day of Alex Jones talking about the frogs. I'm very upset with the situation. I don't know why everybody's so mad. Everybody's coming at me, and every time I turn around, it smells like brimstone.
I'm kind of retarded.
I do apologize. I'm kind of retarded.
Oh,
I've got the documents, ladies and gentlemen.
Guys, this is part of our reality, man. I'd like to meet Alex Jones one day too. He's another one.
I've met him a couple of times.
Have you?
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
It was a while ago though, before he went, full Alex. He was a lot more chill. He was way more chill back in those days.
You mean back when he was Bill Hicks?
Actually, that's what I was thinking. I'd love to help him try and chill out, move past his angry temperament so he feels better. Cage, I brought you back up. Okay, please, we can get along. Just be respectful, man. There was something else behind there, though.
They're turning the frickin' frogs gay.
Hey, he was kind of a forerunner. He's done a lot of
a trailblazer.
I'm sorry, bro. My favorite quote from Alex Jones has to do with Hillary Clinton's vagina smelling just like brimstone.
It's like sulfur.
Yes, it's like sulfur and brimstone. I swear, the CIA doesn't even want to talk about it anymore.
Something happened. The heck is going on?
That is absolutely AJ, bro. What's with the background noise?
Oh, I'm trying to mute him and I can't even mute him.
No, it's because he didn't have enough signal to actually come in. And he's probably on an iPhone. iPhones resist your tampering. I don't like it. Certain tablets do it too.
I enjoy AJ. He brings a certain energy, that's for sure. But yeah, that connection wasn't working out, and I couldn't even mute him because the connection was weak. Topic: recognizing an absence of love. I think a lot of people are confused by what love is, how love is shown in healthy ways.
Jack, let me ask you a question. What is the opposite of love?
Indifference.
Yep.
Yes, sir. It is not hate, ladies and gentlemen. Hate requires the same amount of energy as love.
Yes. Yes. That's what I realized even with fear. Fear it's a transmutation of love. It's a mutant. Love is the energy that is. And we only think there's darkness. We only think there's evil. We only think there's pain and misery because we think we are. But in the end, we're just memories. And where do memories start? They start at the beginning, but where do they go? No one knows. They just fade away. And I think that's what we do. We pop into life as ideas and thought forms, and we experience this experience of life. And then we disappear one day. And then eventually people don't talk about us anymore, and then we're gone. Just like everyone else who ever was. But it's real easy to get caught up in the fear and in the absence of love, where we feel this, oh, I love that, and I don't have that, so I can't be happy. Those are lies. We can all practice. We can all practice being more at peace. Accept that which is with a mind set for change. Because we are the change that has been sent into the world. And I think it's an amazing opportunity, guys. We have so many opportunities if we want to try. Like ending wars, bringing peace to the world, ending wage slavery. Not on the panel. This is imposter. Huh.
Well, yeah, he's saying this. He says he's not on panel. So the one on panel is the real one. And this one in chat is the imposter. Understand the language.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for. That was it. Thank you. Took me a moment. Holy cows. Enlightenment is inevitable. Love you too, man. Peace to everyone. If this is real,
maybe even 2-piece in a bucket.
2-piece if this is real, I don't know how it's going to work out or how it's going to happen, but mankind is about to have some pretty amazing surprises. Possibly in both good and bad ways. And don't know when, but the time is coming soon.
It kind of sounds like a threat, bro. You okay?
I hope to be a part of it, that's for sure. I just don't know how to make it happen. But regarding some of the solar predictions and some of the other predictions, the future looks a little crazy. Hey, we got another chance. Welcome back.
Nope.
And he throws again.
Welcome to the show, bud. How do you freeze?
Right?
Excellent. And what do you feel about freezing?
Turn
that
the
was a
camera
chilly-
off.
Yeah, that was a chilly exit.
In the backstage, he was just walking down the hall, so I thought it was cool. He froze as soon as I brought him up. It could be a sign. Could be a sign that God doesn't want him around me yet. We never know.
Have you ever actually talked to AJ?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right. You get it, dude.
I'm a fan. I'm a fan of his. I like him quite a bit.
I'm an unwilling fan. He does exactly the kind of stuff that kind of puts me on edge, but at the same time, as long as I'm not involved, I like to watch him do it to people.
Yes. I love watching him work when I'm not the target. But he put me I got in his feelers for a couple of days, and he was kind of whiny towards me. And
Oh, yeah. No, he got some fee-fees over there. It's okay. I'll give him a hug if I ever find him. A really tight, long
Don't
hug.
touch me, Squatch.
What's that?
Don't touch me, Squatch.
Oh.
We'll see. You might change your mind by the time I get there.
Wait a minute.
I'm too lazy to come see any of y'all.
I used to be Jack's #1 fan. Now I'm a disgruntled supporter. Well, I appreciate the support and praise God. Save the world. That's what we're here to do, but we got to start with ourselves.
Disgruntled is an excellent word. I really enjoy the word disgruntled. It's not used nearly enough in conversation.
At the Postal Service and as a union guy, disgruntled was one I used. I saw it pretty often. So maybe not for me, but I could see how that's true. I was listening to something earlier, an observation. You know how the UN, they've got these global agendas, the 2030, I think, is their big goal, right?
Hold on there, Jack. Let me get prepared. You can't get me. I brought protection. Let's go.
Well, I think it's 2030 that they've got for their agenda date. And I was listening to something earlier. I've heard it before, but from the biblical, a day for God is like 1,000 years to us. And Jesus went away for 2 days, and on the third day he rose. And so I heard someone point out the prophecy, or there was prediction of Jesus returning 2,000 years later. And wouldn't that be about 2030? Or is my math wrong?
I mean, you're trying to trust everyone's math since the dawn of the Bible's writing.
Well,
It's
there's
not-
that too. There's that too.
It's a lot
You're
of
right.
math that nobody really knows, and all we've got some kind of sketchy goat herds writings from freaking 5,000 years ago that may or may not be relevant to anything else anywhere. And yet at the same time, they do seem to kind of be relevant, man. Like you can't shake that part. Maybe events are cyclical. Maybe there's a God. Maybe it's a flying spaghetti monster. I don't know. Wait, hold on. I'm sorry. No, you're right, Jack. I had my aluminum foil hat on. I was
I could be 200 years behind, but I actually think that, well, swear to God, my awakening, my shift in consciousness, the powerful phenomenon I experienced, it was while he wasn't there, there was no figure or embodiment. It was a come to Jesus moment. I came to terms inside me, shifted my relationship with everything that was real. So that come to Jesus moment got me out of the past, thinking I had to make up for everything I'd done wrong. And, I had to prepare for everything. When I got out of those stresses, I started living in the present. And then the more I've been studying and learning about mindfulness and spirituality, it really is about being present, being with that which is. And so the long point, or the point I'm getting at, is the day of our Lord that was predicted. It will be a come to Jesus moment, so to say, where the truth becomes apparent. There's no more fantasies, no more lies, no more of this wealth and authority inequality bullshit. And I think that's what's going to happen with me. I honestly think that what I represent is what is real. Because I'm not lying, not really putting on a show or pretending to be a character. I'm explaining what I've learned the best I can. And when we are honest, well, that's our role. We're here to be the living truth. But we live in a society where everyone's making it up as they go, spending time, days and days, defending lies, arguing about misinformation. I'm pretty sure that what I am is a wake-up call. And that's why I want to get in front of the men and women of Congress. I want to help them wake up and see what they are missing. Let's see if we can spend time saving some lives.
Good morning. The date is May 24th, 2025. Wars are insane.
Yeah. Right.
Sorry, Dave. I can't help you with those programs, Dave.
This just in, wars are insane.
They're a symptom of insanity.
Secrets and lies are a symptom of war.
Yes, they are.
So, Jack, I think the cage on the panel is an imposter. It's been quiet for way too long, so.
Right?
I have a point.
Can't possibly be caged.
I thought of that.
I've known him to go through bouts of protests like this though before, where if he's told that he can't shut up, then he shuts up for an hour just to.
There was this one time where he muted, dropped his phone, and broke it. And it wasn't until like the next day that he was able to come in and scream at people because it was
That's
broken.
funny.
It was hilarious. I cried when he raged about it for like 3 minutes straight. The guy that was hosting, I can't even remember who was hosting that. I think on it.
I did the mute bit for over a month.
So, Jack, the topic is love today. So, I mean, what is love? How do you show love? Is it
Baby, don't hurt me.
Don't hurt me no more.
Is it action? I mean, what?
It's
Can you help us
Beria.
define it?
I tried to tell you before.
Okay, so are we can we get into like are we gonna have supposed to like delve into the depths of the different types of love? Are we talking agape here? Like
Eros.
Eros. Like I love that. That's my favorite. Eros.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
Well, here,
Oh.
let me, in my words, I'm with love right now. Okay? This feeling I feel, that's an absence of conflict. It's an absence of worry. I feel faith, right, and whole and content and kind of joyful, right? So that's the natural state of our being, actually. When we let our thoughts go, our insecurities or our battles, when we let that crap go, that's who we are. We're just beings who are aware of life. So that question of love, right? Love requires no words. It's beyond definitions.
I
Love
thought
is
we
such,
had to find consent first.
what's that?
Yeah, too. I thought we had to have consent first.
That's a different
For
kind of love.
Oh, that's the wrong kind of love. I'm sorry. I'm still doing this.
Well, for love to be experienced within, we must give consent. We must be willing to receive that love.
That's an interesting aspect too, you know. I think about when I was in my foster care days. Was I even able as a kid to accept their love?
Right.
And love doesn't fit into a love-shaped hole. It connects to a
Careful.
love-shaped
Well, see,
receptor.
and see,
You think careful.
and I think it's a lot like faith. Faith is dead without works. Love is dead without works too. How do you love somebody if you don't even have the workings of a relationship with them?
Yeah, and if you don't even have the decency to give a reach around.
Exactly.
So is it possible to have love at first sight?
Eros,
so.
for sure.
Well, I mean, first time I met my wife, we had an almost identical reaction to the one we have every morning when we're getting our coffee, which is where I say some smart aleck remark. She either punches me or pokes me or makes a smart aleck remark, walks away. And that's just our relationship. That's how it works. It's one of the reasons I'm so savage. You know, I really love that woman. It's great.
What Keith mentioned, as a child in the home, you may not have been able to receive love at that time. Partly because you didn't understand it, partly it was to protect you. And it all comes down to, it was your path. Each of us, we're all on our paths, individual paths through life. And life can be hard. Life can be cruel, heartless, painful. But we were born into a world where love was absent. So the topic today, recognizing an absence of love. A lot of children, sometimes to know something, it's best to know what it is not, right? And I think that's why we live in this realm of duality, where we get to experience the absence of God's grace and love. We get to experience evil. And then it gives us a greater appreciation for the good and for the light. So we were born into a world where love is our natural state, but we were born into a world that profits from lies and secrecies. This is one of the things I want to speak to Donald Trump and the other people in Congress about. It's clear to me and to other people, but I don't know why they're not talking to Congress. Anyway, we've got systems that literally, they drive mankind insane. war.
They drive men to believe lies.
Yep.
In the acceptance of those lies, they go ahead and perpetrate those lies in comfort. We've got a society that bears false witness constantly without knowing it, which is still, a reconciliation that needs to be made. And then when it comes to the absence of love, it's because they're not paying attention to those two greatest commandments, and that's to love the Father in heaven and to love thy neighbor as thyself.
Well,
See, that's that intangible aspect that we're talking about, rather than the materialistic actions of love. And so when we see the bearing of false witness, we're not even loving ourselves, because we don't care enough about ourselves to be able to witness the lie and expose it. We're willing to accept it in comfort and convenience more so than to expose it.
right. We've been enabling. Mankind has been enabling corruption. Mankind, one could say mankind has been enabling the devil to rule here on earth. I think the I was going to say the churches have failed, but it's not my opinion that matters. The churches have served perfectly because they've created a world of men and women who do believe, who do have some awareness of the way that we're created to be. We are created to be Christ-like, not like each other. But I tell you what, the future is ours. Love, back to love, right? Part of my awakening, part of my real life experience after getting sober, I was still depressed and thoughts of suicide. But I had reasons and opportunities. I started looking for other people's words on love. What is a healthy love? Because I didn't know what that was. That's when God allowed me to discover love inside myself. And I think I became addicted from the first taste. Because I am now. There's a God. There's a God who is with us. There's a God who loves us. And it's up to you how much love you want to feel. I never thought this could work, but if you follow just the logic, it makes perfect sense. Love God deeply, like just to the point of you're so grateful that you've learned of God, that you've realized there's a God. So grateful that you get moved to tears and humility. I do that often. It feels good. It feels good to be humble, to be grateful. From a place of gratitude and wholeness, that's where you discover the better ideas, because you're not so worried and, oh, I gotta protect, and oh, they said that, I gotta go to war. A bunch of crazy shit, especially online, man.
And it's basically our forefathers, our mothers and fathers that raised us to bring us up in this nationality and pride of our country, that then send us off to this war because they were indoctrinated in that fear and believe that their children need to save them.
Yeah,
it's so delusional on a soil where the only war that we've had distinctively was against the natives and then against our very own people.
Thank you for having me. I'm sorry I have to drop. Peace be with you all.
Casey, thank you very much. It's always a pleasure.
Yes, thanks. Be blessed.
Love is a mystery, but I encourage people, you know what? Well, we're all on our own path. My path my path, I found a ton of value, a ton of inspiration and ideas when I read. I read philosophies and words of others. Rumi is one of my favorites. Teach Not Han, and then these ideas and the philosophies of love. Read about love. Spend time each day. And the number one thing, how are you going to recognize something if you don't really look? I encourage everyone, anyone who tunes in now or later, do an inventory for yourself, on yourself. Do it with love. And ask yourself, where am I not showing myself love? Where am I denying myself love? Where am I withholding love? Those things, man, that's where you fix yourself. We got a wonderful, an all-star for sure. Welcome back, Powder Dusty.
Thank you. I like watching the thought process register across your face when I drop in unexpectedly.
Remember and wonder and okay, what am I anticipating? Welcome back. Oh,
Thank you.
Wow. You ran everyone out, man.
Hey, I only ran Sasquatch out. The rest were gone before I got here.
All right, probably true. Yes. Hey, how are things with you? I saw there was drama, and I sat there with OTW for a little bit yesterday. Did any of that get worked out?
I mean, his credibility is completely shot. And I'm bored with it now.
There you go.
But all that shit is still up. I tend to put streams behind the membership paywall. I've left all the last few days up in public just because, there's a lot of slander flying at me. So I figure it's in my interest to let people have that for free. So
good for you. Good for you. This is crazy stuff, man. Hey, absence of love. That was the topic today. What are your thoughts? Where do you feel, if you were honest with yourself, where do you think love is absent? You can do it your life or in the collective life. Where are we screwing up?
Like all of us, or that? Well, El Perro's cover art is where the love is absent.
It's a little frightening. I think that represents his love. Yeah. It's a little scary.
Well, I was just being triggered by Chris Farley down in the chat. Says Wiz is the psycho, the clown. My silent communication.
Truth or cop, I can't wait to see if anybody's stupid enough to pay him for a painting that he's already ripped somebody off on before. Like that would be amazing.
Is he selling it now? What? I don't want. I don't want.
So here's the lore. I bought it. He didn't give it to me.
Right.
And now he's reselling it. So it's wild. If anybody drops $100 on that, they'll be just insane. You tell me, go buy it.
It's fascinating. People are fascinating. This money system lacks love.
Well, love isn't necessarily what you want in a money system. Sometimes you just want a tool that is not got emotions wrapped up in it. Like, I don't want a fork that has love in it. I just want my fork to be a fork. I want it to get food to my mouth.
All right, fair enough.
I don't want it to be involved in my relationships.
My fork maybe should, out of love, try to jump out of my hand sometimes when I'm.
Yeah, having a fork that's too invested in love is kind of a tedious thing. You know what they say? Spooning always leads to forking.
It does.
Hi,
Hey,
I'm back really
yeah.
quick. Keith, your picture is a little scary. Wow, that that just freaked me out a little bit. I just am the messenger here. Cage asked me to pass on a message that he just wants to say that he loves you all. So
That's hot.
What's damn
Thank
it?
you. See,
What's he doing?
appreciate it.
Why is he sending? I'm confused.
Tell Cage I'm not wearing any pants.
I'm taking mine off.
just the messenger here. Please don't shoot the messenger. I'm just passing on the message. So just wanted to share that with you all. Peace be with you.
Send our
Appreciate it.
love back to him. Say
I
that we love him too.
I will.
And that we're not wearing pants.
Re-
Okay. I will.
really hard.
All right. Love and light, guys. Take care.
Blessings.
I don't know who that is, but I feel like we just creeped on her pretty efficiently.
No, she's cool. She's got a sense of humor.
Why is Cage sending love?
He's trying to be ironic.
He well, he was here earlier, and we failed to communicate properly, so he was separated from the live stream.
I've separated him from a few.
Yeah, he's not a bad guy, and he's trying, but golly geez, I'm telling you, he's an example. He's a man who's learning lessons through me.
He's a panel killer.
Well, I'm sure he's one of many. Dude, I attract those.
He's not the only one, but he definitely is that. Like, he embodies that energy.
Yeah.
Cage joins a panel, and everybody on panel, everybody in chat, everybody that sees that occur collectively goes, "Ah, fuck."
Well, and that's what honestly why I think our paths have crossed. I can help him. And the guy's talented. He's pretty sharp. He's very creative. He could probably help me, but
Do what?
Succeed, grow.
How? How so?
He's actually. I don't
I'll-
know. I don't know the
I'll shut up.
details.
He's a good weed grower. It looks like.
And I think he's got some knowledge in technology, online stuff, as far as algorithms and stuff like that. He seems to be in the know. And yeah, he's not a bad guy. He's not at all. He's just frustrating, and he's got a young ego, a young personality. It's kind of it's chaotic. However, there's something happening. I'm pretty sure this is real life. I'm still not sure. I'm still not convinced, but I'm pretty sure this is real life that we're living. Donald Trump is president.
What's the alternative to real life?
What's that?
What's the alternative available to real life? Like if we're not living real life?
It's a dream. It's a hallucination. I'm just strapped to a bed, fucking in my
You're
head.
fucking-
No, I'm
I've
just.
been told life is but a dream.
I mean,
Well-
if Denizen finds you, you might be fucking.
No, I mean I'm just in my head. I'm in my mind.
What's that supposed to mean?
It means that if you were in the Matrix, right, and then you woke up and you saw all those people floating around like unconscious in those vats of liquid or whatever, you're telling me you wouldn't fuck any of them?
Wasn't that the movie? Wasn't that The Passenger? That was the movie, right? The Passenger?
I knew what you were
that
gonna
was
say,
basically
but
the
you
premise
still
of it.
phrased it to catch me with it.
Or what is it called?
The Matrix.
It's the one. No. Yeah, no. I know what you're talking about. But there's another movie. It was with Jennifer Lawrence and Chris Pratt. I think it was called
Passengers.
Passengers. Yeah, where they're stuck on a ship, whatever spaceship, and their pods are they all open at the same time, like 100 years when they arrive at the other planet, and his malfunctions and opens.
So he decides to open somebody else's. I mean, that's
Just
the
so
same
he won't
premise,
be
right?
alone.
Exactly. It's pretty crazy. I mean, I'm sure, yeah, probably. Most people probably would do it. They knew they would have to wait that long.
He told her, though. I don't know if I could have
die.
told her.
Right, I think the ending is, yeah, he tells her.
And I might have did more than one person, to alleviate my guilt.
I don't think I saw the movie, but yeah, I think that's the ending.
Yeah, Jennifer Lawrence is hot. I would totally violate her cryopod, Jack. I'm just saying.
Oh my goodness.
So, anyways, that's what I meant, Jack, when I said if Dennison finds you, you're in trouble.
Yeah, but he doesn't look anywhere near as good as Jennifer Lawrence.
Yeah, but
No.
outside of the Matrix, everybody looks exactly like Jack. So that's your only option.
Damn. I think that would help push me over the hill to celibacy.
If everyone looked like me.
Is that, I mean, I don't know if that, is that over the hill for you? Is that just like status quo?
No, it'd be over the hill. I'm
a
approaching it, though, willingly.
There was a time when I was growing a full beard and people thought Jack and I were brothers.
Could have been our anger as well.
I was just thinking that.
That too, yeah, that too. I can't deny it,
No, we gotta be honest. But like I said, I think this is why we're experiencing this. I've learned and I've grown quite a bit. I'm still looking, and I still see ways I can learn and grow as in me and how I interact with people. But I'm pretty sure that's what this life is, man. Everyone's all hung up in the past. Not to call him out, but Tommy's an example. He keeps looping in these past memories where he's an enemy of mine. We can't seem to get along. But
that's your president. You owe him something.
According to him, I do. But what he's failed to see is he's wrong. He owes me. And not what he thinks.
Uno.
What's that?
You played the old Uno card on Tom.
I know. This is where I'm telling you, this is the situation God has me in. Is I'm in these places where I meet people and they're right. I'm kind of like them, but I'm not as angry as Tommy. And speaking of, God bless his heart.
Make yourself available for explanations, brother. Do not be absent from details.
Tommy, our sleep schedule is not, it doesn't match up, man. By the time you start, I'm so tired.
I don't start for you, Jack. I don't sleep much now, and I don't start for you.
I know. Oh, that's right. I think
you stay present in your ego, brother.
Is that me or you?
You. Because you're acting like I got to start my show whenever you can geriatrically wake for it.
No, what I'm suggesting is that for me to join your panel, it hasn't been ideal. I'll try and return, but I tried before. Remember?
I would have to allow your presence, brother.
You would.
Flow State, you know I don't like you, Flow State. Can you just run down the painting situation for me? I don't understand the painting situation. And did Jennison actually buy it?
Okay. like 2 years ago, OTW did an art auction. I started the ball off, the bidding off on one of his paintings. I ended up winning it. I sent him $7.25 because, well, I made a deal. And then I never heard from him again. It didn't really matter at all until recently when he started calling me a scammer and a grifter and all that shit. And so then I mentioned that, by the way, you've done this and this. And one of the things that came up was the painting. And for whatever reason, the painting has become the fixation. And so anyways, that's sort of
What was it?
I don't
What
even
was it of?
remember. I don't remember.
Yeah.
I didn't expect to get it. What I expected to happen is I sent him the $7.75, I think, and he responded with, "I can't ship it for this much internationally," and then I go, "Don't worry about it." Right? That's what I expected to happen, or just to see that the money was kicked back to me. What actually happened was he just took the money, and then talked shit for a couple of years.
Was Denizen just talking shit, or did Denizen actually buy it?
I was kidding.
He was kidding. Yeah, no, I never got it. So OTW is auctioning it now. Starting bid is $100. So I can't wait to see who's stupid enough to pay $100 for something he's already scammed one person out of, and that's why he still has it to auction again. Like that would.
I'd pay $7 for one of those carnival mirrors that has like the topless girl and like a rock band name and then some mirror. Remember those?
Dude, I do remember those.
Had to hit a balloon with darts to win those.
Yep.
You guys are so fast.
The 80s were rad, bro.
I'd rather call Miss Cleo with that money or something.
Call me now for your free reading.
I'd be working 13 jobs.
How else am I going to afford my weed? Call me now.
When I called, when I was, I think in middle school, a dude answered the phone. He's like, "Hey, Miss Cleo." I was like, "The fuck if it is."
Remember when Dionne Warwick was also like a clairvoyant or whatever? Dionne Warwick and Friends.
I'm more of a John guy. I like John Edwards going. There's a T word. There's a T word over here. Someone with a T. It starts with a T. Tracy? Timmy?
Tarded?
Timmy wants you to know the money is safe. He wanted you to know the money is safe. And he knows you fucked his wife.
Oh, and you're gay.
You know, they had the bleach mic so that they'd let the audience sit early and they'd listen in on what they're talking about to give him information of what to start talking about.
I did hear that rumor.
I hope he talks to my dead grandfather, Josh, and then like they know to go in that direction with Josh.
Yeah, I'm seeing a J name.
Yeah, the rest of it's a parlor trick. Jack would just eat it up. Want to take classes on how to do it.
Oh, Tom, let me ask, was that a Colt 1911?
No, it was a Browning.
1911 though, right?
Yeah, Browning Black Label. It's 380. And it had much more echo in person than on camera.
More echo, you said?
Hold on, I have a mouthful of pizza.
That's what she said.
I'm curious what. Go ahead, Tom.
Underneath the overpass, there was much more satisfying reverberation to the shot than it made through on the camera.
So, Tom, what do you think about the idea, the concept, the practice of acceptance?
Jack, I'm walking. Everybody watched my Vegas streams and watches me interact with homeless people when I show it and raves about how cordial and polite I am in public. For the last time, my anger and bitterness is directed at you for your mod god things, restraining my voice and talking for me.
What if that's just
awesome used to do that? And he was like, "Oh, Tom's angry at me." That's why I get angry at people for not letting me say my thing, and then you talk for me, Jack.
But your anger
You're
is
letting
your
Mike
problem.
Cerrone talk for me.
I know that ticks you off, and your anger is your problem.
Yeah, and your anger is your problem when I start going in on you again. And your family not around is your problem, and you're not going to DC is your problem. It applies across the board, Jack.
I don't
Hey,
have
Jack,
as many
people going to war is their problem.
I couldn't hear that.
War and wage slavery is also the individual's problem.
Well, those are a collective problem, and I've taken those on myself.
It's not a problem for me.
So you think?
No, that's another thing I think you're missing that I said the other day. Yes, you see things as problems, but not everybody sees them as problems. What one man's problems aren't another man's problem.
Is poverty a good thing or a bad thing?
It's how you take it. I'm not exactly bawling right now. Everybody says I look great. I feel great. I'm out here. I'm
what
like,
about others?
like
You
Wizard
care,
would say.
You care about
Okay, go
others. What about others? Please. Is
Jack.
poverty? I think poverty is a bad thing. That's kind of where I'm going.
Well,
All right.
the most impoverished of us live better than Egyptian pharaohs. And whenever you're up here like, oh, we need to feed people and clothe people and house people, that happens. We have those programs. These guys are eaten and clothed and fed. They even get to go to the doctor and stuff.
Who is this we?
My fellow outdoorsman. But last night I sat with this kid for hours. Demons were telling him they were gonna cut his head off, and I like talked Bible with him and calmed him down. But I don't know if he was on something or if he's schizo. But that dude was like scared of everything. He had a trash bag full of weed for his shoulder.
I'm sure you were prepared to help him. Good for you. Praise God.
I'm always prepared to kill everybody in my vicinity as well. That's how I'm so
That's
polite.
true man of God right there, Tommy. True man of God wants to kill everybody.
What did this little girl tell me? There's some lady talking to me.
Welcome, old Joe. Good to see you back.
Oh, Joe, you didn't come save me from Margot on sleeping pills.
Hello, everyone. How are things today?
Truly blessed. We are blessed, guys. Let's
DJM with an alcohol buzz combined with Margot on an Ambien, they are a juggernaut conversation that you cannot cut in. They will just, and so I got a purse from here, and then we went over to search, and they just keep going. It blew my mind. I was like, something's different about Margot. Is she fucking with me? And then like 3 hours in, she's like, oh, I took an Ambien. I'm like, that's it. Her and DJM were unstoppable.
Interesting.
I was begging for old Joe to come up and save us. Me and Charles were deemed useless to get in and stop the conversation.
I believe it.
I don't have much experience with Margot. Is she still up here?
No.
No, Margot's great.
I see. So I missed it. Okay.
It was a different
The only
time.
time I really disagreed, Margot claimed she could go out and chop wood, and I say, no, Margot, you don't come off as a wood chopping woman to me.
Tommy.
You stop yelling at everyone, Tommy, please.
What is that problem?
What did he say? What is whose problem?
I think he said that girl.
That girl. Yes.
I don't know why, but he's been emasculating Moose since he got here.
He enjoys doing that. Welcome to you, OTW, as well.
Hello, Jack.
How's that auction going?
Well, when I start it, you'll know.
There we go.
You haven't started it yet?
What are you doing here, Flow State? What are you in damage control over here at Jack's?
Guys, there's no battle.
What damage do you think needs to be controlled?
I don't know.
When I come to Jack,
maybe the fact that your reputation is shot and that I'm fucking dragging you through the mud right now.
Yeah, that's not how that went down, OTW.
That's
sorry,
not even
buddy.
close to how that went down.
Well, I guess you are all delusional.
spotless without you.
I have 51 people over in my chat says different.
Okay.
You think because they're in their chat?
No. They're literally saying everything. I'm confirming what I say.
Oh, all 51 people over there are confirming.
All 51, huh?
Yeah, all of them.
That'd be the most unified chat in the history of YouTube, man. You've made quite an accomplishment.
I fucking did.
Are you ever here doing damage control?
No, I'm actually over here seeing what type of damage control you're propagating, or what lies you're trying to, fill the audience with.
Can I jump in here, please?
Yeah.
Because when we assume the worst, that's when things they either escalate or they keep going. And he wasn't over here. I wouldn't portray it as doing damage control or presenting a narrative. He was.
What did I say when asked about it? I said I've been fucking him up for 3 days and I'm bored with him.
Yes, that was one of the first things.
Oh, well, I'm glad, because I'm not bored. I'm not done yet.
But why?
Oh, because you've been dragging this on for 3 years now. Now it's my turn. Let me drag this on for a while.
Well,
let me have fun with this. Let me drag your fucking name through the mud for a couple of weeks and see how you feel about it, motherfucker.
You've been trying.
No, I'm not trying. I'm absolutely succeeding.
Yeah, are you?
Oh, yeah, I am. And on top of the fact that I'm actually going to sell the painting that you were allegedly supposed to have bought, right? But everybody knows that you just paid that money to fucking make fun
Here's
of
the thing.
No. You're an asshole, and a prick, and a piece of shit.
You made a deal.
I didn't make any deals
on
with
the
you.
deal.
I didn't make any deals with you.
You didn't ever ship me the painting. I
paid
made
you the money back. I paid you the money back, so fuck your dumbass.
And
paid
now
you the money back. So don't try to make me look like I'm crispy, motherfucker. I'm not. I paid you the money back, so shut your fucking mouth.
You're actually maybe
shut your fucking mouth.
OTW.
Shut your fucking mouth.
Hey, buddy.
Sorry, Jack.
Take a breath, okay? Because you're being tested. That's all it is. But you're going to have to answer to yourself. Are you going to be proud of how you deal with it? Maybe you.
I've always been. No, maybe not. But I've always owned up to whatever I've done or said. So it doesn't really change anything.
Out of here.
Oh fuck you, Flow State. Like your word is credible and has any fucking value out here.
Here's something I'd like to point out. All right, I'm not picking sides because you both have your flaws. You both have your good qualities, and you both could have done things different. But so what? It brought us to here. Shit. Now I forgot where I was going. Sorry.
You weren't taking sides. OTW was coping.
Flow State scamming and projecting and lying.
What is this scam exactly?
Oh, you're you're a living scam. No, you're a fucking walking scam. That's what you are.
OTW, please.
So you just feel some certain sort of way. There's not actually
you'd scam yourself if you could get enough money out of it.
I don't know if you know what that word means, OTW.
Guys, here's what I know. When you're spending time bashing another's character, you're gambling your own. Okay, so you better make damn certain your words are accurate, not exaggerated, that you're not taking things out of context, because you're the one who's out there wanting to diminish someone. It's up to you.
I am now. I'm just giving back his change, Jack. That's what he's been doing for the past 3 years. Pot shots from the sidelines, poking and prodding, always trying to make me look bad, saying I'm a spineless motherfucker out here because I work with Paul. That was just out of jealousy because he wasn't able to work with Paul. Yeah, we know the whole fucking lore, Jack. Goodness. We understand that. This isn't, I get it, Jack. I know what you're saying, but it's not going to get anywhere.
Well,
because we all know Flow State's character here in this fucking story.
You got to be honest about the good with the bad. Okay. So it's not been an entire one-sided, he's constantly negative. As I'm speaking, I don't have enough details to know intimately either way, but It's really easy to get into an argument, and then we exaggerate, and then we lose sight of what is real. These emotional outbursts, this is what this social media has taught me, dude. I've gotten my feelers a bunch of times, but it doesn't change anything. And in the end, you're the one who's responsible for what you show. So I encourage you.
I agree, but in a sense, I disagree because it makes for fucking great content, and it's just fucking the proof of is in the pudding, Jack. In the past week, so the numbers are up, shit is going down.
Okay, then
just
you got nothing to complain.
If it fucking benefits me, I'll fucking stab you in the back.
Yeah, I like that clip. That's perfect.
If it fucking benefits me, I'll fucking stab you in the back.
Yeah, play it again.
I wonder who's going to buy your painting.
Like Flow Stay said, if it fucking benefits me, I'll fucking stab you in the back.
That's
like Flow Stay said, if it fucking benefits me, I'll fucking stab you in the back.
Yep.
Racking up a lot of W's down there, aren't you, OTW?
Like Flow Stay said, if it fucking benefits me, I'll fucking stab you in the back.
Oof.
Keep playing it, bro. I mean, yeah, I totally agree with that, dude.
I'll fucking stab
because I'm talking about you.
Hey,
no, you're not.
Oh yeah, I've been talking about you all week. Of course, it's a reference to you, you dumb shit.
OTW? Do you really want me to provide a receipt for how it's not? I can do it right this very second.
I don't even give a fuck what you do.
Hold on, OTW. Tell me in your audience if you were talking about me or about you, and then I'm going to play it. Who were you talking about?
You.
All right. Let me reel it back a little further.
People of OTW. Give me a second. We'll listen to this. I don't do that, man. I'm me. Whether you like it or not, I'm the bad, I'm the good, I'm the every
this
fucking
is how
thing.
I rationalize it, because I have some of the same problems. That's why I identify with it. But like,
I want people to take me for granted. You get it? I'm not for granted, buddy. So, you know, like Flow Stay said, if it fucking benefits me, I'll fucking stab you in the back.
Right. So I literally say your goddamn name. I literally say your goddamn name in the fucking phrase, and you think I'm not talking about you. How fucking dumb are you?
OTW. You were quoting him describing you. You were confirming his description of you. How dumb are you?
The reference was still him.
How dumb are you?
The whole stream is still up on my channel, and it's public.
It doesn't matter.
You know.
It doesn't matter what I said. It's another means for you to try to discredit me. But whatever I said is irrelevant. I've said a lot of shit on my broadcast, man.
And none of it's worth the thought.
No. It's just like you think that defines who I am and what I do out here. Yet stupid.
It really does. It's defined you for years. This is a 3-year long little tiny.
But you can't name one person I backstabbed.
You have got to be retarded.
You have no proof. What proof do you have? Who have I backstabbed? Who have I backstabbed? I backstabbed God.
Whoa! Take a breath. Take a breath.
You're like glitching.
Yeah,
your brain is glitching.
This is what happens when emotions get going. The mind just fires, but it doesn't always make sense. It makes sense inside, but not out here. And honestly, guys, I put others in the back because I wanted to.
Yeah, OTW's over here trying to squeeze as much approval out of this shit show before he crashes right the fuck out as he can. OTW, you've sold your soul.
You wish. Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. You are the lol cow.
So I can respond.
You're a piece of shit. You're the lol cow. Don't try to fucking denigrate me again.
You were trying.
He has sold his soul for trying to play this clout game. He's in over his head, and he's relegated himself to like lol cow permanence. Nobody will ever take him seriously again after the last 3 days. It's been brutal for him. I don't know. Good luck, OTW, with that mental breakdown you're having.
Well, there's some emotions.
There are some emotions.
Seriously, there's patterns. If you watch the patterns of people, you see the patterns of society. And I've watched patterns in these social media relationships. And seriously, love is the answer. Group hug, lizard tree, blessings to you. You triggered him. Okay. And
Well, have you seen the cover of his thumbnail right now? He's trying to trigger me.
I have not.
Okay, it's got me on it.
Yes. He's an example. He's feeling hurt. So he's feeling victim. And so then that's his excuse to try and bastardize you and to go after you. That's what he said. He's going to spend all this time going after you and your character. For what?
Can we play the share screen? It's like 1 minute and 30 long. It's pretty short. Little clip here. Little clippy poo.
All right. Here's the next one, guys. So this is the white gorilla, guys.
Oh my God, bro.
Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck?
This is one of the drawings. I put a lot of fucking time in that drawing, and I'm still not done.
What a gift.
So actually, even before I send it out, I want to finish it up, but it's going to be fucking beautiful, guys. I got the fucking microphone down to a fucking T. Like I said, I still have to work out Paul's face because I did kind of like turn him into more or less kind of cartoonish, which I didn't really. It's not that much work. All I have to do is bring up the jawline a bit, reduce the distance that I have between the eye line and the lip line. The white gorilla. I was even thinking of writing at top gorilla season, you know, and maybe on Paul and Slave's T-shirt, I write "You're a slave."
So you want to perpetuate this bullshit
for the drawing,
right?
Right. What is he saying? Make Paul kiss the dong, and I'll pay $120. Or do I hear $100 for Mr. Unslavious himself?
That's some bitch ass shit
in front of the white gorilla. All right, do I hear $100? Do I hear $100 for the white gorilla, ladies and gentlemen? Do I hear $100 for the white gorilla? Do you have any fans of Doctor Strange?
Good shit right there.
Fun of my art.
I'm going to bring OTW
Another
back.
parody to make fun of my art, right?
Yes.
That's just great. Fantastic. I love it. I actually thought it was good.
I can't take credit for it. I didn't make it. I actually found it. Believe it or not, I found it while looking up, not OTW, but I was looking up fucking Jack. What was I looking for? I was looking for the "That's You." I want to find a clip of you saying "That's you," and I didn't find it, but I found that gem instead. So I'm not the only one out here in these streets making fun of your art for years.
Oh my goodness. Hey, and yes, I realized the appearance could be that I was picking a side. I realized Flo ain't innocent. I know that. He's poking. You've been poking at OTW as well too. So,
you know, proof of how much integrity I have is I gave my word to Jack that I wouldn't fucking do any Jack bashing sessions or disparage him like you're doing right now, Flow State, on my account. And I've kept my word the whole fucking year, man. I've had respectful exchanges with Jack. No. You are a fucking piece of shit. That's the whole issue right here. I handle Jack because Jack isn't acting like a fucking sleazeball.
Okay.
He's being respectful. He doesn't take pot shots from the sidelines.
What, are you trying to suck
he doesn't poke and prod. He comes on over to my broadcast and he actually contributes to the fucking broadcast. He participates in the conversation, and I do the same when I come here, and we have a respect for each other in that sense. But you seem to not able to have that type of respect between us broadcasters, and you always have to bring out or point out our failures instead of fucking acknowledging our successes. So this is what shows you to be a piece of shit out here. And you spend your time making fun of Jack on your own broadcast to his expense, and you're over here trying to, in damage control, trying to make yourself look good when you fucking know what you've done yourself to Jack. and haven't seen you fucking.
Did I spend
come
years
clean.
trying to steal his viewers every time he went live?
And you're what, saying that I've done that? I've had
For a
my
while.
own viewers. I don't think so. Come on, Jack. Your viewers are your viewers. The ones that
This is
follow you, they
insane.
follow
The
you
amount of
because they
denial
believe
here
what
is
you.
really wild.
No, you're stupid. Stop fucking projecting, you dumb motherfucker.
can you
Nobody's
help
listening.
him?
I can't.
OTW, man, you need a few weeks off of the internet, brother.
Well, what I was going to point out respectfully, OTW, you're kind of mad at him for being him, and you two are playing similar roles. We're all playing similar roles in the online stuff, and me, despite the appearances, I really don't want the chaos for content. That is you guys.
This isn't good content anymore. He's just flailing. I'm like,
yeah.
See,
right.
another. No. You guys maybe say that, but that's another thing that my audience would disagree with.
that's fine. They're retarded.
So is your audience, Flow State.
Can we move on, or do you have anything else to add?
Well,
or just-
you're going to take more pot shots, or because I'm ready for you, man.
Okay.
OTW, does your audience inherently have your best interest at heart?
I do believe so.
Yeah. Have they been running you into a wall for a week?
They're the ones who encouraged me to give you the money back.
So they have your best interest, huh?
Well, I do believe so.
Because that
if
was
that's-
something
that
you
was the
said you
case.
disagreed with yourself, that it made you
But I
feel
still
wrong
did
for doing.
because, yeah, I felt like I was, but in the end, I did right
Like
because
what?
I was wrong. I was wrong. And I admitted to it. I said it over at the other guy's broadcast.
When did you admit it?
So we have to pull up the broadcast from this morning where I text the thing right, and
So
he
let me
shows it
just
live
clarify.
on the fucking screen.
It was a leading question. I'll just answer it if I could have a second without you interrupting. You waited until I said, I have the receipt. I'm going to post it up. And I told you the date. At that point, I told you where to find the transaction.
Just drop.
Once you found the transaction and you knew I found the transaction, at that point and no sooner did you go, okay, he's right.
Right, but that's only because I didn't believe you.
I don't know why. I've been
Yeah.
right about. I've been right all week long about everything,
dude. Well, maybe from your perspective,
single
but
thing.
I've never
No.
noticed. I've never really taken what you had to say for as credible. So I never really did believe you in the first place until this actually all came up again, and you decided to bury dead bones. Unbury dead bones. So I fucking, I had to go look up the footage.
Can I jump in? I want to jump in because you just admitted something. It's a life lesson. And it's tied to the slides and what I was saying earlier about how our belief will affect our experience. And if you've written Flow Powder Dusty off at some point, you're not really hearing what he's saying. And I think that's part of it.
But even admitting to my shortcomings, it won't fix the thing, right? From his perspective, I'm still, because
OTW, there's nothing you can do to repair your reputation damage with me.
That's not true. That's not true because I've already come clean. I've already admitted to the fact that you did.
OTW, listen to me.
We've all been through this already.
I'm telling you my opinion.
Already.
Well,
that's it. It's only your opinion. That's only your.
OTW. He's speaking about himself. That's what I heard from you. Is that what you were trying to point out?
Yes. I'm telling him he has irreparably damaged the view I have of him. And
for you.
For me.
All right. Okay. So fine. I can accept that.
Can you accept? You can finally accept that my issue with you is about you and not try to shuck it off on Paul.
Well, I do still believe that it's related.
Crazy. It's crazy.
It could be.
I don't think you and I would have ever had an issue in the first place if it wasn't for Paul.
Up. Yes, we would
you
have.
shut the fuck up.
You. Okay, here's the thing. I've never had to work so hard to convince somebody I don't like them. Like you literally are refusing to let me not fucking like you. It's wild.
And I
Good.
And I think the reason that dismisses Paul's participation in it was is because that it was a direct interaction between you and Flo. And a man is bound by his word. And if a man is not going to stick to his bond, and this is the situation where it doesn't matter how much he paid for the picture, the fallacy is that you didn't follow up on it with your bonded word to send him that picture. That was the simple mistake. Fix that, and it was all done and over with.
Right.
And as
So
I understand it, you already received the money. So the shipping doesn't matter if it went over $5 or not. It should have been taken care of as your part. That's it. Situation over.
It's not
and it's maybe not that simple, Wizard, but you know what? I'll just for argument's sake,
simple.
shut the fuck up. For argument's sake, I'll agree with you.
Because it's that simple.
It's not that simple. All right. There are other factors that come into focus. Well, the fact that I was struggling and you knew it and you fucking did it on purpose to just make fun of my art, make fun of me, make fun of the fact that I was fucking struggling back then and pay $10 for a painting that you knew I would have to fucking take money out of my pocket that I didn't have to send it to you. So that shows what character you have and how fucking despicable you are.
Why did you offer to sell it for $10 then? Is it because you were intending to rip off your
I explained that already. I don't know why I'm repeating myself, but I was inexperienced, had no idea how to conduct an auction, and did not think it through and didn't think about the fucking cost of shipping beforehand.
Right. And I think that's the imperative problem here is the timing. So it wasn't a good time at the time, but when the time came and you did have that money, it should have happened then.
I forgot all about it.
You should have sent me an email and been like, "Hey, man, I fucked up."
And then later on down the line, Flow State had mentioned it, and I kind of brushed it off because I said, "You're lying." I thought he was lying. I had genuinely forgot about it. And when he mentioned it, I thought it wasn't true. And I never really did look into it because I figured he was a fucking liar.
I'm not the only one who had issues getting
until today. Until today, I looked it up and I came clean. I fucking admitted to the fact that he gave.
That's not what happened.
I'll do it live on the broadcast.
Yeah, whoever's talking.
I admit to the fact that Flow State gave money for a painting, and I still have the painting, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay. I'll also say the fuck your dog was mostly about the timing as well.
Holy cows.
Yeah. I didn't choose the timing, right? I didn't tell OTW when to auction his shit.
Jack has something to say, guys.
Correct.
Jesus.
Please and thank you. Thank you. Well, there's a lot of emotions, and this is normal. It's normal for us to talk with a lot of emotions. So I think this has been pretty...
This is not normal.
This is better. This is better because a few things. The context, could OTW have done things different? Of course. Yes, he could have. Now, is it a sign? You know what? It sounds like the facts, for the most part, are there. It's the conclusions of the intention.
The facts are all there. What's happening is OTW is defending his fragile, delicate little ego from acknowledging reality.
And you're showing how cold, heartless, and selfish you are.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck about OTW.
You don't give a fuck about anybody else but yourself.
Hush. If I can make it clear, he spent the past week dragging up everybody who doesn't like me and intentionally bringing them on to...
Absolutely. Yeah, I fucking meticulously concocted everything this week on your behalf just for you, slow slave.
That's why I'm looking forward to your psyche fracturing.
Okay. There's more that you've experienced that I haven't seen and that I haven't had to deal with. I get that. So there's more to why you're digging your heels in, is what I'm hearing.
Oh, yeah. If I can get him to actually crack, I'll enjoy that.
See, that's... If it's for healthy reform, I'll agree. But if it's just out of cruelty, you got to look at yourself.
That proves his point about you. Anyway.
You have no mercy, Flo. Come on, give the man mercy. Like he's breaking.
Okay. Why would I give him mercy? He's not even apologizing.
Yeah, he hasn't apologized. He hasn't confessed either.
He's not
So
apologized.
far,
He's not confessed.
He's done is admit to the extent to which he's had all of his denial removed, and it was categorical and like step by step. Like every
Yeah.
time,
That timing thing. Yep.
previous to a receipt, he admitted nothing. And then once the receipt was presented, he admitted only to the extent that the receipt was provided, offered no remorse, and then still didn't confess up to the real truth, which is that he's known all along that he accepted the money for the painting, never had any intention to send it. It's because he has resentment towards Flo, and that would be an honest conversation, is if he were to talk about what it is that's truly upsetting him.
Well, I think I've mentioned it already. It's the fact that I find that he's, literally with the $10, it's an insult.
He's
so
just
why would I send a painting
that
that's going to
makes you-
cost me money when I'm struggling? I don't even have the money to send it to him.
OTW is not completely. It's not completely unreasonable.
Yeah, we're
not.
not.
If I want to have the honest conversation, I'm telling you the truth. I didn't have the
Yeah,
money
but listen,
in the first
but
place.
listen-
to send it to
was
him.
the shipping? How
But
much
listen,
was the shipping?
It was about $35 for the shipping.
It's not completely unreasonable the way that you're feeling, but that would have been the true admission. To admit to the feeling and to stay there and discuss where that's coming from, where your resentment is coming from. That's honesty. That's admission. That's confession. That's something that I don't necessarily think you'll get forgiveness from Dusty for, but that you would have to do if you were serious about seeking it.
Well, I think we're having that conversation right now, and I think I pretty much admitted to it.
We're not having that conversation.
This is actually.
I'm not talking to you, slow slave.
Here, this is actually a perfect example of our greater societal problems. OTW was in a tough spot. He wasn't thinking clearly. He took some steps trying to make most out of his situation and his talents. And
Jack, may I?
And the powdered Dusty just took advantage of that situation
Do
to
not
make fun of
interrupt
me.
him, for fuck's sake, it's his goddamn podcast.
Let go of me.
He hasn't thought clearly for 3 years. This is not a lapse in judgment. This is a character flaw.
See, the 3-year conclusion, that's not fair either. Okay? Because here's what I can imagine happening. OTW does this, and I saw it. I tuned it out because I couldn't watch. I saw what you were doing, dude. And at the time, you wouldn't have received any feedback from me, if I'm remembering right. But it sounds like you did this. You received some contributions, maybe some genuine people wanted to purchase, and then I thought I heard you say it, OTW. You just kind of chalked it off as it was a YouTube donation because it seemed not honest.
Right.
Even on the purchasing side. Is that what
Exactly. Right. And there was already conflicts between him and I, because of the whole Paul thing and shit, right? We weren't even really friends.
It doesn't matter if you're
metaversal friends or whatever.
Off a
We weren't. We already had our differences of opinions, and we already had these opposing views on whether Paul or the whole relationship thing. It was already established, and he comes in doing it on purpose to hit that $10 PayPal.
He paid
probably
for
to
it.
stir up more drama with Paul, to have Paul show up and then create some sort of fucking other dynamic. Well, it wasn't that far fetched to think of Flow State doing that. Come on, right? Exactly.
Who did it better? Who did it better, Paul or Flow State? Send people to channels to start drama. Who did it better?
It's also not out of the
Now,
realm.
who did I send over to OTWs to start drama, or is OTW working for me?
I think Flow State's people just naturally do it. I have the records of Paul at least 4 different occasions sending people to Jack most of the time. Jack, give me the screen. I want to do a sneak peek, sneak teaser.
All right. Interesting.
Coming soon on Station 33. Bike pimping, spending G's, we been bike pimping. And COLOARD. This is
Tommy.
free.
We got the
That was
bike
free.
pimping.
No.
Bike
Look at
pimping.
that sexy thing.
With the solar fucking grass light. I'm telling you, with the solar grass light tied to it. Fuck yeah, man. That was for the price of on the house. Praise God. Praise God.
Praise God, brother.
And now I'll give the yellow bike to Boogie. I'll give the yellow bike to Boogie and he can get it stolen.
And sorry to interrupt your song, Tommy. I was just trying to add to it.
Thank you.
I wasn't ready. I didn't have lyrics prepared. I just wanted to do bike pimping. I didn't have anything further than that.
And see, that's what I like. Jack's laughing and smiling and having a good time. Like, that's what it's about. It's not about people sitting here fighting over some bullshit. Look, it was a $5 painting. You didn't get the painting. Everything is square. He sent you the $5 back. He feels like a jackass, but he doesn't
He
want
is a
to.
jackass. We can get back to laughing once he drags his miserable ass out of here.
This is just such dumb stuff. This is like high school or middle school drama. Let's get over it. Let's move on.
Now that you said that,
Stop
Slow
being
Slave,
such a
I'm
bitch.
not going anywhere.
Oh my God.
Hey, and you know what? It is like high school drama, but this is also real life. Real life. Adults, we deal with drama. We deal with feelings and misunderstandings.
Yeah, but his feelings are a little too sensitive, Jack.
How old is he? How old are you, OTW?
Your feelings are too much on your kneecaps, Jack.
Right.
What are you,
And
53
Slow
or
State
something?
doesn't have any feelings at all, right? He's a fucking robot.
He's pretty numb.
Okay, so how old is OTW? This is fucking wild.
I don't know how appropriate it is to tell a man about his feelings, to be honest with you.
How about I just let you linger in your confusion as Slow State and try to figure it out for yourself?
I'm not going to. I don't care that much.
Sounds like there's no willingness to cooperation.
Yeah, no, not at all. Regardless,
no, he burned that bridge down between
Yeah.
him and Dusty. I think right now OTW's concern should be for himself. This is
because he's forever fucked. That's right.
Well, I don't know if that's going to happen.
In the eyes of who? In the eyes of Flow State, big fucking deal. Like my life will go on, and I'll fucking get sleep on my. You know, I won't even fucking twitch an eye for this shit.
Hey, take a deep breath.
Yeah, I don't know, OTW. I don't know you that well, right? I've only known you for like what 6-7 months or something like that. My thing is like I've never heard you like this. You're usually a pretty chill, laid back, fun kind of guy. Like people talk shit to you right to your face, and you just let it go right over your, off your back. Like
Right,
hearing you like hearing you like this. I don't like hearing you like this, bro.
I get it. But Dennison, you see, since you've already revealed the fact that you've only been around for 8 months, I've fucking went off on multiple. I've even went off on Paul. I mean, I've flipped out more than once. I've just like 20.
You even mouthed off to your daddy.
It's fun, isn't it? It's fun to flip out, and the people love it.
So
OTW is.
I've been trying to stay positive this year, and lately, I've been going over the Flow State's channel, and he seems to like to fucking poke and prod. So
This
for a
is a-
little bit,
yeah.
I let it ride. I let it ride. I didn't do anything, say anything. I said it's entertainment
You
purposes.
can't
He's
stop
using
it.
that.
You're not
That's
allowing
it.
shit.
But I
let me
never
ask
did.
you a
I never-
question.
my
Let me ask you a
intentions weren't
question.
stopping. No, hold on. Let me finish. So but now he's like, at a certain point, I get like the accumulation. It's like, okay, I had enough. How about it's my turn to poke and prod? So I
Okay, but
told
what
him
if this is
to
what
his
he
face-
wanted?
Let me just finish. I'm landing it. I told him to his face he was a grifter and a fucking he sold his soul to the devil or whatever for money. And ever since then, now he's on this fucking diatribe on his channel, right? Fucking going off on me and even dragging me through the dirt and bringing up all of these old fucking things to make me look bad because I said that. He got fucking butthurt like a bitch.
Most of us.
And now
manage to
you're the
make
one who's
ourselves
butthurt.
look good.
No, now
Well,
I'm
when you
just
guys were
like, yeah,
talking
exactly. Well, okay, yes.
He
kinda,
flipped
right.
it on you, and you did it willingly.
Yes, and I actually kind of, like I said before, meticulously planned the whole week just for get at Flow State. To fuck
Nobody
around.
believes you. Nobody
Oh,
believes
come on. Ask
Stop.
Cynthia. Ask Cynthia, your greatest fan, Flow State. Ask to see if she knows what I've been planning and doing all week.
Just say you don't believe him. Just say you don't believe him because you're trying to weaponize everybody.
Well, I can't speak
Nobody
for everybody,
cares about
but
your channel, Tom.
in a month, you'll be able to
Tom.
watch this back, and you'll see, like, oh my god, I'm transparent. You're not performing well, OTW. Go home.
Well,
my audience says different, so I can't listen to your uncredible words.
Yeah. Your audience wants to see me shred you.
His
I've been shredding you ever since I got here, and I shred you this morning, and I'm ripping you a new asshole.
Your audience
Just give me
a bunch of losers, bunch of
You guys are correct.
bunch of fucking.
You guys are correct.
0.1% of reality, and it means so much.
Oh my god. May I, Jack?
Please.
You guys are correct that a lot of channels go through this phase of fighting for each other's viewers, and we don't have to. Like, there are abundant viewers, and they'll go where they want. And actually, Flow State's channel is a good example where, save for a few people that interact with us, I don't recognize any of the names in his viewers. And all of our channels, I mean, even though there's overlapping, I never believed that there was so many original viewers, but there is. So all the fighting over views and donos is really irrelevant. It's just un-Slavic.
True.
Yeah, I agree. Like, it's not like OTW has any audience that doesn't know who I am.
Well, right now his audience is a bunch of people from your chat watching him melt down.
Right. So if you're trying to get my audience, congratulations, you've got their attention. How does this play out in the long term for you?
Yeah, they're egging you on to destroy yourself, bro. They're not on your side.
And OTW, this is how we'll prove.
I'm sorry.
We'll show that Flow State's audience
It's
is
the
flying
complete
monkeys.
difference. I don't know what broadcast you're watching, but it's absolutely the opposite of what you're saying, Denizen.
So my main point, though, was that
I mean, I was
agree
there
with Tommy.
twice.
There's a lot of viewers. I'm not doing the viewer grab thing by trying to perpetuate this drama. I'm trying to tell OTW to go home and take a fucking nap, bro. Your brain is gonna fracture. That'll be content.
I saw a handful of people who follow Flow State around everywhere he goes just to tell him, that he's gay and this and that and the other thing. Like the Flow State haters that their entire lives revolve around the fact that they hate Flow State. And then I saw like a couple of dozen of his super chatters in there just watching you have a meltdown. And same thing on the other. It's spread over onto other channels now too, with the Orthodox guy and.
But I don't
what's his
see
name?
anybody in my chat that I don't usually see there every fucking day. So this is ridiculous what you're saying. There's no Flow State audience in my chat.
Oh my god!
Everybody
dude.
I see there, I recognize. Voy, JR Fitley, fucking Zephyr. These are all people that come and watch me.
I'm not sure what it is that you're still wanting out of this, OTW. Are you wanting to fight more and look dumb? Are you wanting to resolve? You're not going to get really either of them, probably.
Well, okay.
You're insignificant.
So I'll just stay here. I'll just sit in this position and do this
You're
forever.
just going to sit and hang out in my aura?
Yeah, why not? Just be like
I'm
that
not your
fucking,
daddy. I'm not Paul. You
that
need to go
shadow
back to Paul.
over. No, I'm going to be your shadow.
go
Fucking
back
following
to
you around
Paul.
everywhere and being your fucking.
Go back to your daddy, Paul.
I'm gonna fucking haunt you.
Can I get this started? If you're a host out here and you have the screen name Daddy in your chat, please use his name and refer to his chats. Like, no, Daddy, Jack is not going crazy today. Thank you, Daddy. I don't know who Daddy is, but it's fun to talk to him that way, and you should too.
Yeah, and everybody watching OTW, if you're one of my audience, come over here to Jack's. For real.
If you're one of my audience, go fuck yourself. I hate you.
We hate you too,
especially
Tommy.
you, DJM.
And
Oh.
if
Yeah,
Paul,
that's no
Paul,
surprise.
if you're
Tommy
there, if
hates
you're
everybody.
watching, come over here and get your stray.
Holy cows. This life. This online stuff, it is crazy. Huh?
Does it count as a porn bomb if Noel has the chest of a 12-year-old boy? I took it down
Yes.
anyway. I took it
Yes,
down
it
anyway
still
just
counts.
for self-esteem.
You what?
I took it down just in case Noelle would feel bad that it's like up on the internet. But is it really a porn bomb if she's like got a washboard chest?
Technically, yes, it still is.
Yeah, I think it
Hmm.
is.
Well, FAP is a FAP, right?
Fap is a fap. Oh no.
Holy cows. So, an absence of love. We've had demonstrations of an absence of love here today.
Or
What's
he's
that?
behind on the. Either Flow State's a couple seconds behind, or he just got it.
It doesn't have to stay that way, though. We can change it at any time.
Nope, I like it. Leave it bad.
It comes to,
You guys
well,
don't like
it comes down to what do we want? Do
Yeah.
we want to stay with an absence of love?
Goal. I want to
What's
see you
that?
happy, Jack. I want to see you with an achievable goal.
Me too.
How about tying your shoes? Let's start with that.
I want to see the look on Jack's face when he realizes these people want to fight with each other.
Oh, he knows.
I
Oh,
want
he
to
knows.
see the look on all your
He
faces
knows
and
for
realize
sure.
all this stuff that sounds mean is the best friend advice to Jack. All you enablers sounding all sweet to him are wasting his time. You're making him available to waste time. And that handlebar mustache homosexual man is not a good influence. Blue
Right, and I
Oyster
think
Club,
Denison,
no
you
doubt.
should get Flow State's dick out of your mouth too.
What? My dick is in your
Well,
brain.
this-
Why are you clinging to my nuts and following me around?
Why are you crying like a baby? What are you, a bitch?
That's Jack's thing. Jack says, hoist your panties up and quit crying like a little bitch.
OTW, I don't have an audience, so I don't know why you would try to antagonize me.
Well, I don't know. You're kind of like a ball washing Flow State, so I'm just like wondering why.
Well,
I mean, trying to get you to see how this is self-destructive for yourself. I don't see how this ball washing Dusty. It seems to me like it. I'm showing. If anything, I'm showing you more concern than I'm showing to him.
Denizen, do you consider yourself an equal opportunity
Okay,
ball watcher?
I can accept your concern, Denizen, but it wasn't really asked for. But I can accept it. Though.
Make acceptance available, brothers.
You don't even have to accept my concern. I would only ask that you hear my words, and if they make sense or ring true to you, that you take that into consideration.
Words are
Daisy
available
just
to hearing.
accused me of having Fremunda going on.
I couldn't hear anyone. That just
Daisy just accused me of having Fremunda.
Make Daisy
I don't-
now.
I think I'm an equal opportunity, disillusionment. No, I don't wash people's balls. I don't give it. You know,
Another thing I see
I don't
you
make
doing,
excuses for people's behavior.
OTW only gave you 8 months. I think you've been here longer, and I see you playing that game some people play where it's like, I'm always new. Let's interview you as if I'm always new. I'm like, Denizen, you're in this story that we're about to. You were in this story as you inquire about it.
Absolutely
It was
not.
a very well, no,
I wasn't
not
even
this
there.
Particular, Yurt used to do this. Like Yurt would interview us about stuff he was involved in, and pretend he's new.
You say that about me.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, not
yeah,
for
you-
nothing, Tommy, but the things that you see are not very convincing because you only
No,
you
they
see
are.
them.
You just no, you don't.
I
have
literally,
new close
I
things.
literally wasn't here. I literally am new. I literally never was here for any of this shit that they're literally talking about. None of it
Well, we
wasn't
lose it,
here,
technically.
and I won't be
Flow
here
State-
probably shortly in the future. Maybe on Jack's channel. But 8 months from now, I'll probably be as anonymous to OTW as I was 8 months ago.
Good. No, Flow State, I accused you of taking your new viewers and acting like all your old chums are like, hey, look at these guys. Look at these freaks. What's up with them? That's what I accused you of doing. Hey, new friends. Look at these guys. What's up with them? Look at these guys I found. What's up with them? Look at this Jack Talcott.
I'm still trying
Get
to
a load
figure
of
out what's
this.
up with some of y'all.
Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah. Make figuring out available.
The first key is finding peace. Peace in
Oh, you
the
want them
present. Peace in the present, so that you can accept. You can accept that, all right, there's someone who pissed me off. There's a situation that I don't like. So accept it. And then embrace the situation. It's a part of you. It's a part of your life.
Accept that people will stay in shit jobs for shit pay.
And it's a new day. It's a new day, right?
Yeah.
So why are we always worried about yesterday?
Jack starts every new day as a new mind.
Actually, Tom, can I talk to you seriously about the past, about time, the difference between the past and today?
When you say patterns, you're referring to the past.
Okay. Yes.
Okay.
So we learn from the patterns of the past. But
yes, we do.
The past doesn't control today, right?
But if you repeat it, make repetition known.
Fair. And I suppose if we're not... What's that?
The Ferris panel, yes.
Well, and I suppose if we're not paying attention, then we'll repeat, right? We'll do the same things.
I'm the wealthiest payer of attention out here.
Well, I think sometimes you hang out in the past and you let the past ruin your day.
Yeah. I do.
But why?
To see patterns, brother. To help people see their patterns. Okay. To help me see my patterns.
I got you.
But we all have our Shania Twain chicken salad sandwich story.
Okay. I don't know what that one is, but what I'm here, let me bring the elephant in the room so you know what I'm dancing around here, okay?
Let's do
it. The battles between you and I know that peace is available. What's that?
I'm in way more battles than just you and I, Jack, but you're still taking it like it's you. It's not you, Jack. You are in a stance that I must battle.
Who told you to believe that?
I believe the Bible and God, and you speak heresy, and I must correct it as long as I'm around.
Okay.
And if anything, because you claim you want to Christian, so I'm trying to show you.
I've seen that. I've seen you trying to help me.
Don't share Mark Hubbs. We've had 3 years, and you pretend we don't.
We're getting there.
I'll start sharing. No, we were there, and we fell off because you're off the wall compared to how you used to be, Jack. Like, I was asking you a question about the president in Congress yesterday, and you booted me for it.
That sounds like me, especially with you.
Yep. Yep. Shows I have effect. Like, if you don't kick somebody, it shows you don't really care what they're saying, but I'm coming for that jugular on the subject.
And that's what I've been trying to understand. How do I get you to stop coming after the jugular and just chill out with me?
Answer the question, show that you can counter my question that shows you aren't prepared for ending wage slavery and visiting Congress and presidents and Elon and Bopes.
Okay, but see, it seems like
if you can't get past our stoner autistic asses, nobody in DC is going to hear you out.
That is accurate. That's a fact. It's a fact I'm dealing with so far, and I'm still trying to figure out how to change it. So
you got to stick with it. You can't just mod God your challenges away.
Get rid of us and make room for better.
Yeah,
He needs us.
That's what I
He
that's what
needs
I would
to
say
level
too.
up past. When he can answer our questions, he levels up past us. Like my
You don't
question
really.
yesterday, Jack.
It's
My
not a matter of
my
question for you though, Tommy.
My question yesterday was, if you're in a community of people that say the president is just a puppet and this is theater and planned, why do you approach it in the classic sense of what we are told those jobs are? Like the UN is conducting wars. The UN is not out here ending wars.
Right.
The
Because
UN is approving of the pedo.
the reason I'm going the directions that I'm looking is because I accept the theatrics for what it is. And currently, I know there's people behind the scenes of Donald Trump and the men and women of Congress, but I want to talk to them because, well, allegedly we have this right. Allegedly we are equals, and so I want to speak to some of these men and women.
Do you think Congress could just let any Joe off the street line up every day and get like 10 minutes? That they'd never have enough time in the day.
You're right. And I forgot. I didn't update. I got a call back yesterday from Congressman Michael Baumgartner's office. If Margot's still around.
Isn't that who Margot knows?
Yeah, it's who she had
Margot.
been recommending. Well, I got a call from one of their aides and got the typical response, and I'm quite clear he did not understand me.
It's too bad he was AIDS. That's sad.
Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2.
You're good.
Sound good.
Mic
You're good.
check 1 2.
Sound
Well,
good
you sound
here.
like OT.
You sound like OTW. See, Tommy, you are so quick, man. You're so quick-witted.
I know.
That's
I'm
why
that
we're gonna
fast guy about.
we're gonna be great allies. See, I'm slow
Nope.
and methodical, and you're just quick and from the hip.
No, well, you're slow, Jack. I don't. You have to understand. You have to understand why we can't be allies. It's the core principles of what we stand on. That's where it clashes.
I'm gonna go play some poker, Jack. Be blessed. Thanks for having me up.
Much love. Thank
Gross.
you.
She's like, you'd think she's
Appreciate
in menopause or something by now.
The presentation thumbnails, I've been playing around with AI recently. And the thumbnails, oh yeah, the one who makes the thumbnails for the videos, that's what the question you're asking. So far, that's an anonymous supporter. It's not
I
me.
wouldn't want
but
my
it's a friend.
What did
Well,
Baumgartner's office say, Jack?
Hey, Mario!
Unfortunately, I got the typical, he's very busy and it's not likely that he'll find you, but that he'll fit you into his schedule, but I'll pass the message on.
Okay.
Just send him a dick pic. It'd really stand out.
I don't really think that's the best approach for reaching the senators.
Well, but they know your name.
All right,
Well-
Jack. I'm gonna have to let you guys go. I have to go conduct my own broadcast, but thank you. You're very gracious host. And all right, shout out to y'all, and have a good one.
Hey, much love to you, OTW. Respect
Shouting.
to you. Well, respect to him. He's I've seen his growth as a man, and he does some pretty cool stuff with his broadcasts. He's pretty creative and talented.
Yeah, his broadcast is great as he plays all our stuff.
Well, this is my criticism, and this is where him and Flo, they don't see it. Kind of the same thing that they're complaining about each other or criticizing each other for is what they're doing.
They're just fighting over their daddy.
Well,
And then the whole time their daddy's over there cooking with TBE, being me.
Oh, I saw him
I
being
can't
me
wait to
last
play
night too.
clips of me.
Well, and
I'm
I
going to
would
use
say
me.
don't debate Flo. He's too good at it.
He is good.
I mean,
He's all right.
he's pretty damn good. I wouldn't, because
Wait,
you know it's
Flo
with
likes
him. It's
debate.
especially online because it's the war of words, and he's damn good. He's just
Right, and Flo likes debate because debate does not equal truth. You don't have to be right to win. You have to be
I
strategic.
I agree with
Right.
that as
Yeah,
well. That's why I
it's
wouldn't
dishonest
do it.
entertainment.
Yes.
I like to truth. And
And
I'm not saying Flo's
that's a
wrong. I'm just saying
compliment to
me and my
Flo. You
house,
know,
I like the truth.
he's got the gift. You know,
It
he's
is.
got the debate gift. There's no doubt about it.
That's one of the things I've admired him, is his ability to communicate. He's got a skill. What? Tom?
Yeah, he really hammers in that fuck your dog.
Well, Tom, he's a lesson for you as well. You know, he's kind of triggered you and he's pissed you off, so it's a chance for you to grow.
You know what,
And-
Jack, though? I'm going to disagree. There's, you know,
No,
when someone goes for the heart, come on. You know,
What does that mean, too, if you simultaneously claim that you have none?
Oh, you've got a good point. Okay.
Yeah.
If at the same time you're saying you have no feelings, you deliberately try to cut someone's emotional throat.
Yes, that's true.
Okay.
Margot, when you're on your Ambien,
I don't know the answer, Margot.
You are a marathon.
No, I think you've got a great point. Are you talking about my sleeping pill last night, Tommy?
and with DJM with a little bit of her.
Yeah, Tommy, why did you
Bubble
show up at
Buzz,
my townhouse knocking on the door
whatever
last
that drink's
night,
called,
knowing that I
you
was on
guys
drugs?
could not be interrupted. You guys were just.
I know. We were so cute. Jack, I want to share something with you, and then I'm going to go.
Where are you?
I was at somebody else's house. Jack, someone pretended to be your son and had an actual picture of him down in chat, and I let your mods
I might have
know.
taken a sleeping pill then. I don't know.
That's not cool. That's not cool. If someone's next time, that's hurtful. Anyway, that's all
Any
I
word
have.
from the Facebook? Is it the same picture? Is it the same picture from the Facebook?
I don't think so. No, I don't believe it is.
That's how I investigate these things.
Yes, Margot, I saw that, and I saw your.
JG, nice
comment.
talk last night. I only had to take it down because Noel titties.
And maybe Father's Day will be the day, Jack. You know, maybe he'll, as a father now, maybe he'll think of his father, and that's my hope for you.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
My boy was just like me.
Me too.
My boy.
And the cat's in the cradle and the silver spoon.
All right, I'm gonna go now that I've embarrassed myself.
No, I appreciate that.
Did you hear me last night? I take my sleeping pill at 8, and I get loopy as hell. God.
You know what's funny is I do that all day, every day.
Do you, Dennis? No,
I don't
Dennis,
even have to take a pill. I just get crazy loopy to where people are like, "What?"
that's not true, Dennison. You are articulate and intelligent. Don't.
That's a parlor trick.
No. Well, keep up the trick. You're doing good. All right,
Right.
everybody have a good night. Talk to you later. Bye.
Blessings to you. And you know what? We are coming up on 3 hours. It's probably a decent time to start wrapping up. Anyway. It's what?
Is that Grace Thorpe?
Wasted.
Did I see in TML's avatar?
You know what? I don't know. And you've been here a while. You haven't had a chance to say a word. How you doing, brother?
Yeah, blessings. I kind of, came in here at the end, so it's no worries.
And a little chaos. Is that Grace on the the avatar?
Well, I won't disclose that at this time, but
All right.
yeah,
Fair
blessings to
enough.
all the people that are here. Yeah, peace be with you, JG. Yeah, it's good to see you. Yeah, Denizen, good to see you.
Yes.
How have you been?
I've been okay. We're just super banned. Well, you guys might know. I mean,
Yeah, I saw the new sub to the new channel, I think.
yeah, I got a new channel, but yeah, I'm super banned on the old channel, so we'll figure it out. I'll attempt to come on tonight. Last time I tried to go on, they flagged the video, so I have not. It's some type of mass flagging campaign or some type of thing. But yeah, it's all good. We'll attempt to stream tonight for all the people, and just regular topics. Transhumanism. All the stuff I regularly cover, really. But yeah.
Wonderful. We'll keep an eye out for it. Yeah, I got struck.
Yeah, it's been consistently it's been consistently down for the past few months. We got hit like 3 times. So every month we've had to take like a week, 2 weeks off because of the banning. So it is what it is. But yeah, we'll figure out as we proceed, what the stipulations are. Obviously we have to adjust what type of material we could focus on. But yeah, the strikes, they did seem pretty arbitrary. It was like for like weapons and like violent gangs or something, like none of the stuff that I promote. Right? So it's totally arbitrary. But yeah, we'll see what happens. But yeah, blessings to all the people.
Have you appealed?
Oh yeah, we appealed. Nothing happened with that. So yeah. I think it's just the type of material we cover,
Yeah.
But yeah, it's all good though.
All you have to do is get a hater in the audience that will report you.
Exactly.
And then the hater at Google that will take those false reports and use them against you because they don't like your content.
Yeah, they may even. My haters might have people at Google. Who knows? So
right,
it's all good.
All right. Any other thoughts? I'm ready to wrap it up.
Oh yeah.
All right.
But on absence of love, I would like to point out the words of Saint Augustine.
Please.
That evil is a privation on the good. Evil is non-existence. Just because something exists means that it was created by God's love. So he said that evil is non-existence. I may not agree with everything that St. Augustine says, but I definitely appreciate his philosophy and his reflections. So that's what I'll say for now. But yeah, blessings to Brother Jack. And yeah, that's my closing. Have a blessed day, guys. Thank you so much.
Much love. Appreciate
See you later.
Denizen?
Just to reiterate what I said before, I think maybe like love doesn't fit into a love-shaped hole. It connects to a love-shaped receptor. You have to like create love before you can receive it. So it's not like it's not like loneliness and apathy will not attract love,
Correct.
You almost have to find some kind of self-generating love, and then reach out with it, and then you'll find it everywhere in abundance. In everything, even. You can see love even in your enemy's attacks, which is fascinating.
That's the key and the gift of love. To align with, be like love, be creative, be persistent, be powerful, be strong. That's what love is. Anything else? I'm going to toss you.
Thanks.
All right. Much love to you. Sincerely to all who clicked the link, all who joined, all who clicked the clicked the button and tuned in. Sincerely, blessings and thank you to you all. Shut that off. The topic today, recognizing an absence of love. Seriously, a part of this channel, while in my heart, my dream, my hope for this channel is to truly share some value, some encouragement, some inspiration. But there's another part of me that I can't deny. And part of me and this channel is the people, the other people who click the link and join. And then how does Jack interact and how do they interact? And the interactions are part of the fun. It's part of the challenge as well. So for those who have been a part of this journey, or if you're new to it, this is a part. I hope you're getting it. I hope you're seeing that relationships and community, those are the keys in my heart. Those are what I truly watch for and what I truly care about. I lived a life without trust. There was little trust. I had little trust in others. I didn't trust myself. I was totally absent from love. And so these words from Talcott's quote, without trust, there is no love. That's from a firsthand experience. Brothers and sisters, in the background today, love is the answer. The reminder just flashed there for you. If you would, please hit the likes, y'all. And I'm going to wrap it up from here. We'll see what the future brings. Again, gratitude to you all. Accept the idea that love is present. Allow yourself to find and discover the evidence that proves to you that love is present. And then when you receive the love with you, you found the love with you, share that. It grows, it expands. It's what it's about. Brothers and sisters, thank you again. Till next time, choose love, peace for everyone, and live without fear. God bless us all. Peace.